I've got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody come here, gather round, welcome to the freak show, the best in town. What the hell's wrong with me? I don't get along with anybody, honestly. I've been living in my own head constantly, thoughts jumbled round, think I need a new lobotomy. Wait, all these thoughts are too negative. I don't wanna get lost in the sedative. Gotta show them what I got, I'm competitive. You know I'm about to go off, I won't let them win, I'll take a stab. I wanna chase a bag, I wanna weigh, I can change all the things I lack. I gotta face the facts, I got a taste in that. Got me obsessed with the rest, I got an itch to scratch. I'll give up everything. If I can see my dreams, I'll make things right. 'Cause I'll do anything to make what I want a reality. Don't let go. I'll make things right. 'Cause I'll do anything to make what I want a reality.
I just wanna find a way out, sick of the venom in my brain. Running from the past, wanna escape my pain. I just wanna be a better person, I deserve this. I just wanna break these chains. Always destined for greatness, true to myself, I never fake it. Seen no many once, I just so they get famous. And when I say the truth, most really can't take it. In spite of everything I've been through, I'ma make it. Fake friends, but on my downfall is toxic. Day one, started the outlaws for profit. Now all I do is write verses, no talking. All I do is put the work in, no option. This was everything I ever wanted. Created a legacy off of me, just being honest. And the fake ones hate, but it's all to no avail. They wanna see me lose, but you know I never fail.
Oh man, did we get some good game announcement yesterday. By the way, I wasn't aware of this. Mouse PI for Hire came out yesterday. I was playing Mouse PI for Hire all day yesterday. I was thoroughly fucking enjoying it. I love that game. That game is awesome. And Pragmata comes out today. I think over the past week, I released a PI Mouse for Hire video and some Pragmata videos. If you go down to any of those videos and even the streams that they were reacted to, there are, if you go to their descriptions, there should be like a shopping thing there. If you click on any of those games, you'll send a kickback to me. So there's PI Mouse for Hire, Pragmata. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else. There's also a Castlevania new game that I did as well last week. So, yep. Go get your copies, man. Go get your copies. That's right, it is Friday. Damn, we got the whole lineup today. We got Megabytes, we got Winters, we got Beach Shaman, Sticks, Megabytes. We got Slipknot in the other chat. Should I do it first? I'm going to do it first. So, there's a very unique game coming out. This isn't the first in the series, but the Ukraine war has shaped this game and made it into even more of a masterpiece than what it would have been originally. The developers talk about their hardship that they have to deal with every day while they're developing this game, and it's absolutely inspirational. And these guys are patriots. They just don't know it yet.
I ask you, do you want to come out of the darkness and become a pure nation? I ask you, Are you ready for great changes under the guidance of a great leader?
YouTube, you can demonetize this all you want. I'm leaving the sound on. You can kiss my ass.
If you are, then wake up and open the door for the noble right.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Wake up. Wake up to a pure nation, clean air, bright future.
Morning, everybody. Morning, morning, morning. How's it going, Parental? Oh, Pam sound solace. Morning. Oh, look at the effects of those chains. Hold on, wait a minute. Holy shit.
Wake up!
Huh. Look at the effects of those chains, man.
The noble right says comply. The people say aye. Fear not the enemy's threats, for the Führer hunter protects you.
Where are they taking them? Can you hear me?
They do. We hear everything. But you don't let them...
Morning, Nigel.
No. It's not about me. I won't ask again.
I'm gonna say it for all the new people. The development team that made this game are currently in Ukraine, and this is not the first in the series, but they said that the Ukraine war shaped this game into being something more than it was. There should be them talking after the trailer, but this game looks. I'm getting this. I'm absolutely getting this game.
It's all about you.
Whoa!
All together now, children.
If you wonder what communism looks like, boys, huh? I wonder what it looks like.
We destroy, or we are destroyed. No one will mourn us if we die. Mercy is weakness. Our enemies have no pity for us. The enemy must be destroyed. The
That's
enemy
fucking
must
creepy,
be
bro. What the
destroyed.
fuck?
The enemy must be destroyed. The enemy must be destroyed. The enemy must be destroyed. The enemy must be
Bro, that shit would piss me off. They fucking with this dude's brain. Yo! That shit would piss me off!
Your nation, clean air, bright future. The Noble Reich is our home.
What the fuck? Is that a dragon? What the fuck? Hold on, wait a minute. This looks good. Holy shit, this looks phenomenal. Holy crap. Well, let's go, Infidel. Oh, damn. Okay, so that's not the trailer I thought it was, but holy shit, that was awesome. Hold on. There's more to this than there's more. I just gotta find it. Is it this one?
It looks like it's going to be a cold winter. Deep Silver and 4A Games have announced Metro 2039, which will arrive towards the end of the year. This new chapter is set to continue the post-apocalyptic FPS series that explores the society living in the metro tunnels below Moscow. And in today's episode of IGN Rewind Theater, we're...
Is it this one? Yeah, here we go. Okay. So, again, these guys were built, they built a brand new engine for this game, and they did it while they were in the Ukraine. So this is the trailer we just watched, right? These are the developers talking about how they built this game from the ground up. Hold on. What did that say? It appears that the devastation we brought upon ourselves was complete heaven, hell, and purgatory were atomized as well. So when a soul leaves the body, it has nowhere to go and must remain here in the metro.
Thank you for joining us today as we reveal Metro 2039, the next installment in the Metro franchise. We at 4A Games are really proud to show you what we have been working on all these years. I know it's been a while since you last heard from us, but stick with us for a continued first look at Metro 2039.
Metro 2039 takes you to the dark heart of the Moscow Metro, where the last survivors of the nuclear apocalypse struggle to exist in the tunnels and subways of the ruined city. Hope is lost. The future looks bleak. if there is one.
The underground factions and station communities have all been united
Bro, they're all neckbeards.
under one banner, the Novo Reich, led by a new Führer, the legendary Spartan, Hunter. Führer promises a new life for the people up on the surface. In reality,
Oh, how's it going, user? Stay safe out there, man. Drive safe.
With propaganda, misinformation.
No. This is like a story-based. It's most likely a linear game. It's not like open world or anything. I don't think any of the metros have been open world.
The people suffer
It's
under
very
this
story-driven.
authoritarian regime, and the brutal belief, if it's hostile, you kill it.
Our games explore what humans were before the world ended, what they became after, and what are they willing to do to live another day. The meaning has always been about preventing war.
But now, war is our reality, and our message has shifted to be about the consequences, the cost of silence, the horrors of tyranny, and the price of freedom.
You will explore these themes through our voiced protagonist, the Stranger, a recluse plagued by his violent nightmares, forced to undertake a harrowing journey back down to the metro, a place he swore to never return.
But we must return to tell the story we want to tell.
You can expect a much darker tone this time around. A handcrafted, story-driven, single-player campaign where you'll feel the weight of the rotting world pushing down on you, forcing you deeper into your claustrophobic nightmares.
We will go where the worst of humanity can be on a full display.
The thing is, we are not romanticizing the post-apocalypse or making a theme park out of it. Metro has always been a more tragic view on our actions as humanity. Then, tragedy came to us.
Everything we had planned for the next chapter of Metro changed in 2020, and more significantly, in 2022.
When Russia's full-scale invasion began, it changed the lives of everyone in the studio, but more so of our team and families in Ukraine.
The war has shaped us, and we have changed the story to be even more about choices, actions, consequences, and what you have to pay to have a future. Reality forced us to take a different approach, told from a uniquely Ukrainian perspective. But this is still a Metro story in the Metro universe.
We are a team of fighters, my Kozackiego rodu. We will push through no matter what. Getting electricity from generators or batteries, power outages or sheltering from rocket and drone attacks are interrupting, but not stopping us from making what we deeply believe. What we do
No,
best.
it's not a drone game.
Of course, taking care of the family is the biggest priority. Sometimes you just put your head down and focus on work, but it's each other's support that keeps you running.
Our studio was born in Ukraine and remains majority Ukrainian, but our team has come from over 25 different countries. Despite this, we all work together with the Ukrainian spirit for our projects.
Growing up in Ukraine, especially in the 90s, made us strong in many ways. Not taking anything for granted, understanding that ideas and achievements are something you have to fight for. And this grew into a mentality of courage, a mentality of pride.
We have always been a studio built around one idea: make worlds you can feel. We are craftsmen and artists, people with passion who want to tell stories.
Basically, we make stuff that we want to play.
We build worlds with details that make a place believable. The kind of details you don't notice on the surface, but you feel it immediately.
It all started as a family of dreamers 20 years ago, with courage, audacity, and the desire to do something more meaningful and more mature.
Whether it's the team in Kyiv or Malta, we are all set on making an experience that is truly Metro. There is only Metro, nothing else.
To build that truly Metro experience at the level of atmosphere and detail we aim for, we rely on something we've invested in for decades now: our own engine and tools.
4A Engine is purpose-built to make the games that we want to make.
Look
If we
at
need to build a new
that.
feature or
Look at these environments, guys. This looks awesome.
do something in a specific way, with our own engine, we can just make it. We're limited only by our vision. We get to take advantage of the strengths of every game in the franchise before it. With Metro Exodus, our engine enabled us to be early pioneers of ray tracing. This time, we have focused on rebuilding our implementation of this technology to bring a more tuned and performant experience that is still nothing short of stunning and hauntingly beautiful.
Our tools give us the ability to make a world as dense, realistic, and believable as we can imagine. They allow us to make a metro feel tangible. You can walk into a room and it behaves like a real place.
Nothing is prefabricated. Everything is unique and grounded. There has to be a physical, plausible reason for something to exist or be designed in a certain way.
That's crazy.
So, when you walk into that room, it's clear a person lived there. You can feel what they were doing right before they left or died.
We call these moments frozen stories. It's a moment frozen in time. The tea spilled on the table, the unfinished card game, the bags at the door, the corpse holding an unloaded gun with shells all around the floor. It tells you what happened there without a single line of a dialogue.
The goal of these frozen stories is to push your imagination further, immerses the player, and gives those who are curious many opportunities to explore and learn more about the world of Metro. But not all the stories in Metro are frozen.
The ones at the beating heart of the Metro are about the people.
Our games are based on and inspired by the novels of the author, Dmitry Gluchovsky, an outspoken critic of the invasion of Ukraine.
His courageous stance has come with a personal price, a life in exile from his home country, Russia, where dissent is a crime. We've crafted this new story.
That's insane. So you want to know what communism's like with all these keyboard warriors that get up in my comments every day? Because this dude spoke out against Russia and the Ukraine war, they exiled his ass. Just imagine every single person, every keyboard warrior that got in my comments, all I had to do was report them and then they got exiled out of the US. Be thankful you live in the country you live in.
Together, united by our shared values of freedom and truth that have been shaped by the harsh reality of the world around us.
So, we're going back to the tunnels and leaning into what makes Metro, Metro. The intensity of darkness,
that's right, the greatest country.
Intimacy of closed spaces, and the feeling that every step forward, every decision made has a cost.
The cost of silence, the horror of tyranny, the price of freedom. We want players to walk away with a deeper understanding of what that means. We want you to feel it and question it.
How will you survive? Who will you trust? What would you do to live another day in darkness? You're asking the wrong questions. It's all about you.
This is just a first look for now, and we can't wait to show you more.
To our fellow Metro community, our friends, our family, thank you. For the patience, for all the support and love we have seen in your messages, content, and replies. But first of all, to our defenders.
Slava Ukraini!
Героям слава!
If you thought that's all you were going to get, we have more. Here's your first in-game look at Metro 2039, captured from a mix of gameplay and cinematics.
What? Really? I didn't see this. Holy shit, man. Look at that gameplay. Look at that. We saw this. Yeah, we saw this part. So yeah. I'm gonna get like 5 copies of this game. Take my money. Holy shit. Like, what a freaking... Like, the trailer for that game was an experience. Just imagine the actual, like, game itself, bro. Just imagine. Holy crap, that was amazing. Mouse PI and Pragmata are both out. Yeah, I muted it because of the audio. The music. I don't think there's... Oh, there's a little bit. There's a little bit of... I don't think that game's going to be very good. I'm sorry. I don't think Soros is going to be very good at all. I don't know if it's just me that thinks that. I just don't... It doesn't look very appealing. So, I've never played an Atomic Heart, but I think they might act... I saw a little bit of gameplay of the original Atomic Heart, and it looks really good. It's kind of like Wolfenstein a little bit, I think.
My comrades, we are unusual specimens. We weren't supposed to live, meet each other,
what the fuck?
and come back from the dead.
Hey, let's skip the heroics. We all go in together.
Oh, I'm playing this one too.
Michael, you remember the plan?
We track down Charles and kill him.
What the fresh hell is this? Take cover! Go, run, hurry! How do I destroy
Yo, what the fuck? Hold on, wait a minute. Whoa, what the fuck? She's like that Metal Man in Terminator 2.
How do I destroy this damn thing?
Yo, I don't know why, but whenever I see attack patterns that look like that, bro, it cracks me up.
How was your trip, Major?
You know, every day that I wake up this year, I think, man, 2026, what a fucking awesome year. What an awesome year it is.
Hey guys, for our loved ones. For our loved ones.
Whoa.
I wait for you.
Just come back, Major.
Atomic Heart. I'm gonna have to look at that. That was a DLC? Wait a minute. That was for a DLC? Holy shit! DLC 4. Hell Let Loose Vietnam. What is this?
Product not yet rated.
Hold on. Bro, what did I wake up to? Take my money. Take my fucking money. I don't even care. Just take my money. man. He's got a double-barreled shotgun. What? Bro, when are we gonna stop winning? Like, seriously, when do the W's just stop piling in? This looks awesome. Holy shit. The hell is this? Directive. Oh, that's that one game. Never mind. I don't care about that. That's like a fuck. That's a game where it's not even a game. It's oh man, that like the Dead Rising series that they made. That old fucking. It's not a point and click adventure, but it's. I mean, it might as well be. Let's be honest here. I don't know about the graphics on this one. We'll check this one out, though.
Leaves fall, they said. In August of last year.
They never told us what Gallipoli looks like.
Rocky hills, rocky beaches. Like home, with less rain and more Turks.
You know, this game doesn't look that bad. I'd probably play this. Honestly. It's got a story to tell. Shit. Okay. You know what time it is, boys. The critical drinker time.
Wood are somehow able to hammer together viable, crowd-pleasing movies that retain the spirit and characters of platformer games like Mario and Sonic, or fighting tournaments like...
I actually really enjoyed the Sonic movies. I did. I actually thoroughly enjoyed watching those films.
Mortal Kombat, which basically have no plots to speak of and very little lore to build on, then how in the name of holy fuck do they manage to fail at Resident Evil time and time again? I mean, it's like being able to consistently nail a hole-in-one at golf, but fail...
I actually watched Happy Gilmore 2. That movie was pretty good too. I thought it was pretty good.
Sink a putt from like 2 feet away. It's a franchise that's literally tailor-made for film adaptations. I mean, the whole reason it was created in the first place was to replicate the look and feel of cheesy
I think that the first game was the first movie of Resident Evil and maybe a little bit of the second one was pretty good. I don't know what happened from point A to point B, but those last few films, bro, like what even happened?
Movie horror films, complete with zombies, traps, spooky houses, and bad acting.
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
You're right.
I mean, you're telling me you can't make a movie out of that? Why? It's not like Resident Evil is some devious enigma that requires 5-dimensional quantum mega chess to unravel. It's a simple formula, but holy fuck, do they make it hard on
Who would make a good Leon Kennedy if they made like a Resident Evil 4 movie? Who'd make a good Leon Kennedy? What actor you think?
If anything, the harder they've tried, the worse it's gotten over the years. And by golly, have they tried. First up were the Mila Jovovich movies from the early 2000s. I mean, I can at least say they bore some kind of vague resemblance to the games. At first. Yeah, they were cheesy and ham-fisted and trying so hard to be cool in that cringy post-Matrix world of 20 years ago.
I'm the World Trade Center?
Now.
That's
They're like charming
crazy.
little artifacts from a different age. Their fundamental flaw, though, was that they tried to bend the events and mythos of the Resident Evil universe around a brand new protagonist with all the charm and personality of Sabrina Carpenter. Seriously, why is that AstroTurf bimbo suddenly fucking everywhere? Played by an actress with all the emotional range of Gal Gadot on horse tranquilizers. There was nothing to root for with Alice because her plot armor was so impenetrable it made Ray look positively vulnerable in comparison. The series was also a case study on the principle of, really? They want us to make another one? By the time you got to the third film, the series had abandoned any pretense of following the games and went completely off in its own batshit crazy direction, each new movie undoing and retconning the events of the previous film because it was obvious the writers had absolutely no plan for where they wanted to go next. They were just winging it, really, making each new movie as if they thought it was going to be their last, only to find out...
It's so weird that they chose this actress. I don't think this actress is attractive at all. I just don't. I'm sorry. Not even remotely.
We need to make another one. But somehow, against all the odds and logic and common sense, they kept making money, and so they kept
It's the way she talks. The way she talks during the filming of the movie is just so weird. There's like it's all like just a bunch of cheesy one-liners in this like slop. It's like they just put the slop pan down for all the piggies to come and eat too. And it's like, bro, this is so cringy and bad.
Until the series finally died.
It doesn't age well at all either.
2017. But worse was to come, dear viewer. Oh yes. Then came Welcome to Raccoon City in 2021, a movie that valiantly tried to fuse together the events of the first two games.
I didn't even see this shit.
Into one disjointed, barely coherent narrative. I mean, in its defense, it at least tried to stay faithful to the video games, bringing in somewhat...
I agree. I think The Fifth Element was a damn good role for her to play in, but I think that's just about it.
Recognizable locations, plot events, and characters.
And it was mostly because she didn't talk.
Most of them looked, talked, and acted like completely different people. Yeah, the dialogue and the acting were so wooden you could build chunky, rustic coffee tables out of it. And yeah, it was very obvious the movie was reaching way beyond what it could do with its tiny budget of 25 million, but it was something at least. Then came the Netflix show. Oh god, the Netflix show. Truly, there are no curses in Entish, Elvish, or the tongues of men to properly convey my absolute
You just couldn't leave it alone, could you? You just couldn't leave it the fuck alone.
Oh god.
You just had to do it.
Truly, there are no curses.
You had to fuck with it.
Elvish, or the tongues of men.
You just couldn't leave it the fuck alone.
Convey my absolute disgust for that despicable piece of shit. Part teen high school drama, part post-apocalyptic survival story, part feminist power fantasy with a good old dash of race baiting lumped in, and all garbage. It had about as much respect for the Resident Evil series as I have for The Last Jedi. It's painfully clear now that the showrunner was completely in business for himself, that he had his own original story he desperately wanted to tell, and reluctantly tacked the Resident Evil name onto it just to get it made. And I bring all this up because it seems to be a common thread running through these doomed Resident Evil projects. Paul Thomas Anderson wanted to make action horror movies with his wife, so he used the Resident Evil series as a launchpad before going completely off in his own direction. Andrew Dabb wanted his teen drama with a pair of strong, empowered female leads, so he stuck some Resident Evil references in there to get all of that sweet, sweet Netflix money. And now, here we are.
No, he didn't. He tried to get some of that sweet, sweet government money, too. That's why it came out and flopped mega hard.
Year of our Lord 2026, staring down the barrel of a fourth attempt at Resident Evil, this time courtesy of Zach Kreger. And the more I hear about this film, the less excited I feel for
Weapons was okay. I thought the Weapons movie was pretty good.
Not because I think Kreger's a bad director, far from it. I like the guy and I think he did a good job with weapons.
Yeah, it was really good.
I think he'll make a terrible film. In fact, I'm guessing it'll probably be a decent, competently made horror movie. The problem is, I think it's going to be a shit Resident Evil film. Why? Because just like Paul Anderson and Andrew Dabb before him, Zach Kreger is entirely out to tell his own story with this one. And don't just take my word for it, listen to what the man himself had to say. I'm not going to tell Leon's story because Leon's story is told by the games. Fans already have that. This is a story that I would have wanted to write whether I got the IP or not. Now, pay attention to that last point, 007, because it's pretty important. This isn't an adaptation of the games, the characters, or the...
You know who would have been a really good Leon Kennedy? Young Brad Pitt. I could see it. He's got the skull curvature, especially in Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Whenever he's got his shaved head, is it Brad Pitt? Is that who I'm thinking of? Yeah, I think it is Brad Pitt.
The storylines of Resident Evil, it's entirely a story of its own that he would have written anyway. It just so happens to sit within the Resident Evil universe, and if the rumours I've heard are true, that connection amounts to nothing more than a brief reference to Raccoon City near the end of the film. In other words, a token fucking gesture.
Yeah, the new Insidious movie, if you haven't seen the trailer for that, I recommend it. It looks good.
And
the last Conjuring film was dog water. I didn't even watch it. Somehow they managed to ruin the Conjuring series. I didn't think that was possible, but the last one was really bad, but this new Insidious one looks good.
Every time I see another project like this, I just have to ask myself, why? Why do filmmakers insist on putting their own stamp on existing IPs? I mean, is it an ego thing? Can they just not work unless they get to spread their own glory?
They do it because they know that if they slap a AAA title on slop, it'll sell enough to make it to the next one. That's why. That's why they do it. That's what a lot of people don't understand why a lot of gamers and movie fanatics got so angry with a lot of these fucking assholes. It's because they couldn't go off and burn their own brand to the ground. They had to infect and take over known brands like Resident Evil. One guy said The Boys, I can't think of any other ones because I've tried to purge them from my brain, dude. I don't like thinking about them. Ubisoft, like a bunch of shit, bunch of fucking gaming companies. Instead of going off and burning your own studio to the ground, why do you take over these companies and burn them to the ground? It makes no sense.
Creative wings,
and that's why.
But fuck me, is it frustrating to watch
because it won't
people
sell
exploit
otherwise.
These games for name recognition just so they can tell their own completely unrelated story. That is not what the fans want. It would be like having a Tomb Raider movie about a delivery truck driver who's trying to reconcile with his estranged wife while battling alcohol addiction, and in the final scene, he happens to make a delivery to Croft Manor. It might be a great little story on its own merits, but it's not why I came to watch a movie with the fucking Tomb Raider name on it. Like I say, this video isn't to hate on Zach Kreger. I'm sure he'll make a good horror movie that stands on its own merits. I just wish he would have left the Resident Evil name out of it. And I wish that after almost 30 years of failed attempts, we'd get an actual faithful adaptation of the games for once. Oh well, a man can dream, I guess. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now.
Oh shit.
The Harry...
I didn't mean to push that one. Okay. So I want to cover this before we get too in-depth. So we have an end to the Sykkuno nonsense, because that's what it was. It was nonsense. Where did it go? Oh, come on. Sykkuno made a statement and mogged the entire fucking internet into the dirt. Proving what I said right, that the little pissant that decided to... Oh, look, he played it. That decided to make that video about him cheating and his girlfriend and all that really didn't give a flying fuck. They just wanted the clout. And I was right. I was right. Man, was I right. Sykkuno made a statement. And apparently, Saikuno never left his girlfriend either. They're still together trying to work it out after all of this.
Puts out a statement. He has finally broken the silence and decided to speak on the situation. I would like to apologize to everyone I have disappointed. Most of all to my girlfriend. I am so sorry I put you through so much. I never want to make these mistakes
The only victim, by the way. The only victim in this entire thing was his girlfriend.
And hurt you and the people I care about. I was unfaithful, and I own and fully admit to that. I lied to people and told them I was single, which I know is not right. I'm sorry to all the people I've hurt by doing this. The following is not an attempt to minimize what I have done. However, I've seen false allegations about me that are not true.
Whoa.
I cannot allow false allegations and such extreme labels to be placed on me. I do understand that the people making these claims did it from a place of hurt, so please do not send any more hate to anyone. I just want the situation to get better, and I wish them the best. My girlfriend and I didn't respond quickly because we were already working out... Oh, excuse me. We were already working on our relationship and communication before any of this happened. This has been, I guess I've been working on it for like 5 years, right? And having so much private information exposed to the public has made it incredibly difficult for us to heal together. I will be taking a break from streaming and the internet to better myself and give us the time that we need to try to improve our relationship. Thank you for reading. Now I will continue to learn and grow from this experience. And this is the crazy part about it, okay? Because I already read this. My girlfriend wanted to share her experience. Below is a message written by her.
Here we go.
This right here, bro, like this guy.
By the way, this made the entire internet turn on that basement baby who was just jealous that made the video originally. The entire internet is now attacking the guy that made the original video. And the hoes that decided to come forward and ruin this guy for themselves. It didn't work, by the way. It never worked. He's still with his girlfriend. They are taking a break from the internet because, I mean, let's be honest here, the guy doesn't need the fucking internet. He's already made millions. He doesn't need to continue streaming. He literally doesn't need the internet. He never did past a certain point.
This guy, man. And so anyway, yeah, hi there. I want to start by saying thank you to all who have been checking on me and wishing me well during this difficult time. It's been extremely heartbreaking to learn everything that I know now, and going through this has been one of the hardest things I've ever been put through in my life. I've been tossed around from all sides. Me and my reality have been continuously shattered. Though no matter how much I'm broken, I never wanted this to be public. It deeply hurts me that I wasn't given a choice.
Thanks for the gifted. Gifted by Darling Winters. Kyle Johnson. I should probably
voice in that, or even just warned that this would be happening at all. I didn't want this. So what she's saying is that the entire expose for her boyfriend, the fact that she was getting cheated on, and all of this going public, she didn't even know it was going to happen.
They were probably already talking about it, and it sucks because you had this pissant at the ass end of the internet sit there and try to act like these women that got part of the clappening, acting like they were some kind of victim or some shit. Bro, you got clapped. You got played. You got played by a player, and now you're butthurt because you can't have him with all this money. Well, and then all these women step forward because they all wanted relationships on him, and they realized they couldn't have him, that he was a player. That's what it boils down to. They got clapped and they're mad they can't have him. And even after everything, they still can't have him.
Oh my God. Wow. Why should we believe that's really his girlfriend's message and not another lie? I mean, honestly, I don't have an answer for you for that. I mean, because the guy is a liar, and how can you trust a liar? But I wouldn't expect that, right? I mean, maybe, but who knows?
I don't think she wants to be known publicly. I think that's the issue with it, is she doesn't want to be known publicly.
Knows. She's definitely going to take him back. Well, she never left him.
That's the thing. During this entire situation, she never left. They never broke up. I was wrong about that, and I apologize. I was wrong. They never broke up, and I took a leap of faith with that one, thinking that these clowns were right, and they weren't.
Even after the fact, I wish they would have at least checked on me or asked how I felt about everything. But I haven't heard anything from those people involved since all of this came out.
So the friends, that one, the original girl that was sitting there shoveling slop in her fucking mouth, never, even though she was like, yeah, my friends, you know, how dare you do this to my friend, not once confided in her or asked her how she felt about it. Not a single fucking time. But she's sure gonna sit there and talk shit to this dude and then publish the video of him, of the recording on a video where this dude is obviously, he's just jealous that he can't get any like Sykkuno can. So he's sitting there publishing all these fucking videos about a dude that's so successful that he can pull in poon left and right. It's crazy. How we even like gonna, like, I said that from day one. I was like, this dude's just jealous that he can't pull it in like him. That's all this boils down to. That's all it is, man. I said that from day one.
Basically, they used this girl's, the fact that she was getting cheated on, they used it as like a vector to attack Sykkuno. They don't
clout goblins. Well, in certain cultures, you would call it clout gobblers. Nah.
Don't even give a...
It's only the fourth banana.
Oh, she's such a victim. She's such a victim. The people that made all this public didn't even care about her. They didn't even give a fuck about her, which I think is like the most unsurprising thing ever.
They literally aired out this girl's dirty laundry. They aired it out for the entire world to see, and they didn't even ask for her consent or how she would feel about it.
Let's be real, but it's still funny, and I understand those involved would with them would have been hurt as well, but I don't believe my feelings were considered in this situation.
Banana clout, bro.
At all. Having my worst fears become
I'm
reality,
done, bro.
then
I'm so
put on
done.
full display
I'm so
and
done.
used for profit for
Oh, it's
everyone
bone
to
anger.
see is absolutely mortifying. Well, I guess you can call me the mortician. How about that? It's truly, fuck. It truly feels like a nightmare. It was already...
No. The internet was already very skeptical of everything that was going on. So, big surprise it fell through.
Hard enough trying to work through things in private. This has just added another layer of difficulty and stress on top of everything. It's made it so much harder for me to cope. Prior to all of this becoming public, we were already making changes to improve our relationship, and while I could have chosen to leave, I ultimately made the decision to stay with the hopes of repairing our relationship together.
And you have to keep in mind that this girl may sound crazy, right, for staying, okay? But you don't know her situation. She may not have any family. Like, I don't have any family. Like, if I'm told tomorrow to get the fuck out, I'm cooked. I'm donezo. I'm cooked, man. That's it for me. I'm gone. Like, I'm cooked. There ain't gonna be no coming back for a good minute. Like, you don't know this girl's situation. You know how hard it is to make a living out there. That shit sucks. She probably ain't got a family. She ain't got the ability to get her own place. Like, you don't know what she's got to go through. And now she's got to deal with every time she turns her fucking phone on. She's got to worry about all these clout gobblers, these banana gobblers, fucking, banana clouters, trying to fucking harass her boyfriend or whatever constantly while she's trying to move on past it and live her fucking life. You don't think she, like I said, you don't think that she didn't know what was happening? She probably did. There's no way you don't live with somebody and you don't know, you don't even have an inkling of what there's no fucking way. I'm sorry. There's no way you can convince me that she didn't turn a blind eye to some of those times. And now she's got her dirty laundry aired out to the internet for everybody else to fucking see. That shit's annoying, man. Especially from a little clout cunt like the dude that made that video. What'd you think was gonna happen, guy? You thought all these women were gonna flock to you? Sorry, but you ain't Slykuno. You just a bitch. Trying to sit there and say that these girls were victims and all this shit. Bro, playing's been around for a hot minute. You have not uncovered anything new. I promise you.
Man.
Kings in the old day did it, bro.
Wow. Even though all the things I've learned are incredibly
Leering
disappointing
Banana
and
Center.
shocking, I don't think they are irredeemable. It's been hard handling things unfolding this way, but I believe this is a step in the right direction.
Yeah, and exactly. I mean, why else would you, like, remember that girl was saying that she was trying to convince that girl to leave Slykuno? Why the fuck else would they be trying to convince her to leave Slykuno? It's because they want him. They want him. Why do you think? She probably knew that too. He definitely knew that. And anybody that watched that video of them talking before he got off and kind of left the internet for a little bit before he made the statement knew exactly what was going on. That's why she immediately was like, oh, well, I it's okay. I believe in forgiveness, but I'll never forgive what you did to my friend. You can keep talking to me, though. She want that green, bro. Never gave a fuck about her friend. Never once gave a shit about her friend. Not once, her friend.
One can focus on healing and becoming better versions of themselves. Dude.
Exactly.
Dude, he actually... Is he actually that guy?
He is that guy. Slykuno is that guy. He is that guy. He started and ended the clappening, and he still got the girl in the end. He is that fucking guy, and he mogged the internet. He fucking decimated everything by making one statement. He is that guy. He's him, bro.
Dude, is he actually this sly, dirty dog? Bro, you hook up and you run game on every fucking girl in the entire community. Your girlfriend comes out and fucking demonizes the people who made it public and says she's gonna stay with you? Matt, dude, he is the guy. God damn, man. 10-inch damn at least. Look at this, man. No way. She just seems broken. I don't know what's going on, okay? I have no idea what's happening in their interpersonal relationship. I have no
And you know what? It was never the internet's fucking business to begin with. It wasn't the internet's fucking business to begin with. When you got a fucking dumbass making a video on your personal life, bro, you getting everything you deserve now. You had no reason to make that video and act like these women were like art or graped or anything like. Bro, you a piece of shit. You are a piece of shit. And you are the internet completely fucking like, bro, they are destroying that guy on his video now.
However, yeah, and saying sorry on the internet's worst thing he's done so far? I guess so. Bro is actually being a Giga Chad. Yeah, he's not. This bitch is just dumb as fuck. Well, here's the reality, okay?
It's her choice. It's her choice. I've had so many people in my comments tell me what I should and need to do with my life. It's my life. Why don't you go get your own fucking life and live it instead of living in the slum and telling other people what they should do with their lives? What I do with my life is my fucking business. If I want to sit my fat ass in this chair and pass gas and fucking react to Asmongold, I'm going to do it. If I want to wake up tomorrow and decide I want to play video game all fucking day on my stream, I'm going to do it. That's my life. Not yours to decide from. You can call this woman whatever you want, but at the end of the day, it's her life. Her life is probably 10 times easier staying with this dude than not. So of course she's going to find it a little hard to give that up. Stop getting on the internet and telling people what they should do with their fucking lives.
Is that this girl has probably been with him for 5 years, and he's not going to break up with her. And also, he probably finances and subsidizes her lifestyle. He's rich, and she'll always be rich. She'll never have to worry about money in
Sykkuno
her
the
life.
second.
And so every girl that says like, girl, just leave him. Just leave. You deserve so much better. A period. True.
Let me tell you something. Anytime you got a girl or that's a friend of yours telling you to do that, it's because they want your man. Anytime you got a friend that's a girl and they're telling you, just leave, it's because they want your man. You need to push that bitch to the side. Anytime you got a friend that's in your life doing that kind of shit, they want your man. You just too goddamn stupid to see it. You too fucking stupid and ignorant in the head that you think that this friend that you've known since high school ain't trying to take your man. You dumb. They're probably already doing stuff together. You just don't know it yet.
Yes! All of them that say that never have to live with the fact that this girl might not have a job. She
Gotta
might
run
not
to
have a
Walmart and get
career,
some bananas.
She might not be a streamer. She might not be anything. So it's so easy to say that. It's so easy to write a check that you don't have to cash. It's so easy to tell somebody to do something that you never have to experience the consequences for. So that's the difference. That's the difference. And it's a big difference. Very, very, very big difference. And so
I have gotten everything in my life by being a player. I have. And you could believe that. You can think that it's a lie. I don't really fucking care. My fiance, at this current stance, pays for most of everything. The person before that had a house and taught me how to drive and helped me get a car, like a brand new car. I got everything in my life by being a player. So anybody hating the game, I got all this from it. I can't hate it, sorry. But a player got to know when to quit playing. You got to know when to quit fucking playing, bruh.
And bro mogged us all. Dude, the thing is, bro, he mogged the entire community. They tried to make an hour-long video to mog him.
She's younger than me, don't say that. Now, the one that had the house was 6 years older than me. And now I have somebody that's 6 years younger than me, so.
Maker of the expose video got mogged instead. Mogged his girlfriend while he was cheating on her. And then also mogged his own accusers through his girlfriend. Unbelievable. Like, I mean, this is like, you know what this is like? It's like a Rube Goldberg machine. You guys ever seen one of these?
Yeah.
So,
we don't need to see
so
that. I think there's more to this.
Okay,
Hold on, there's more to this.
What he's gonna do. So I has been absolutely crashing out and is so upset. Like, he even had to.
This is the guy that made the original video. This is the guy that made the original video. It's Mugen. He made the video that tried to, I guess, put him in a better place for the poon. And now people are absolutely annihilating him on the internet.
Has been absolutely crashing out and is so upset. Like, he even had to make, this is what's so crazy about it. Like, what happened is that he made an expose video on Sykkuno. And again, bro, this guy has like karma. He has like karma level, like world protection. So what happened is that everybody now turned on him. Now they're all mad at this.
See you around, Ken. I'm gonna call you Con. See you around, Con.
This guy.
We're here every day, by the way. 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Please stick around. We're here every day. Sub to the channel, boys. Sub to the channel. Check out that membership. We're here every single day. Even over the weekends.
He got more hate than Saikuno did whenever he made the video exposing Saikuno. So
yeah,
it was
WW people that keep showing up, by the way. I don't say that enough. W channel members, W people that fucking gift channel members, W constant viewers, W people that just pop in and pop out. That's perfectly fine. Just make sure you hit that like button on the way out. And if you got a channel membership, put that bitch on auto renew. I'm not Asmongold. I haven't gotten there yet, so I need money.
so bad, he had to even make a statement. And as for me, instead, I can only find the best I want. I will never change.
How's it going,
This is
Timothy?
just some other bullshit. 2 million views, and he had to make the comment. He had to lock comments.
So he had to make a post, and then he locked the fucking comments.
Million views, and he had to make the comment. He had to lock comments on this.
What a
post.
fucking
because the
klutz,
last
man.
video that he did, or the last comment that he did, look at this. Can you criticize him for cheating? Absolutely, but. And so
it's not the fact that you criticized him for cheating. You tried to make him out to be a predator. You were like, oh, whenever it if there are more victims, they all need to come forward because when it rains, it pours. Let me tell you something. The women that didn't come forward knew where this was going. They knew exactly where this was going. That's why you only had 2 people come forward. One of them was so goddamn stupid because she wanted Saikuno so bad, she was willing to put her entire reputation on the line in the hopes that it would work out. And guess what? It fucking blew up in her face. Just like Saikuno. I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? My bad. So anyway, I'm going to hell. I'm going to hell. Oh my God. What was I even saying? Oh, they wanted the clout because they thought that this was going to be bigger than what it was, and then it wasn't. So now that the people that came forward decided to, air out their dirty laundry, now they're getting aired out as hoes. You know what I'm saying? So like, and you know what's even funnier is that prior to the expose of Saikuno, one of the girls that he also cheated with, launched an OnlyFans. At least one of them embraced it. And 2 of them just couldn't get over the fact that they got played. Damn. I bet they're getting over it now that the channel's getting fucking mogged to death.
it only got 3,400 likes, okay? And then again, he got mogged by Powder. Damn, you're like really mad. Also, stop fetishizing me in a mixed race relationship. What? What? You fuck what? So he got double mogged. Oh my God. And so anyway, here's another one. What happened to you being unbiased? What happened to sharing the truth with factual evidence of that truth? So now his own community is turning on him because he exposed Saikuno. Take a step back. What she said wasn't unreasonable. So
yeah, that's what happens whenever you try to do something for somebody who's the only victim in this is Saikuno's girlfriend. That's the only victim in this entire thing. I had some people that were like, oh, but you know, they're victims because they were lied to and da-da-da-da. No, they still open their legs. Women, y'all got the power. Let me give you an idea of how this works. Women have the power of sex. Men have the power of a relationship. That's why you got to lock down whenever you got a man that you want. You don't just give it to him. Got to lock that shit down, girl. Got to lock that shit down.
His fucking mind over this, which I think is very, very fucking funny. It's hilarious to me. This is proof he's the Antichrist. Some people could come to that conclusion. I think that's logical. Yeah, sure. Does this make him the Nick Shirley exposing cheaters? No, because Nick Shirley actually exposed real cheaters. And it seems like
man. What is your deal, bro? What's your deal? Man. This dude must not know what chat he fucking rolled up in, huh? So, I'm gonna run a poll on you and let chat decide your fate. Because I think whoever said, run a poll was right. And I'm gonna explain to you why you're so damn stupid. So, I was a firefighter. God in a Fish is a United States veteran. There's a lot of veterans in this community. And I'll have you know that whenever you go into someone's comments and you're the only one acting tough, you look like a buffoon. You're not tough, guy. You're probably some 6-year-old that sits behind their keyboard and does nothing all day. You know what tough is? Tough is when you go into a fire, save people's lives, or you serve this country, and you bust your ass, and you bleed and give your heart and soul to something besides yourself. And I can tell you're not a very selfless human being because you're in the comments telling people to shut up. That's not very selfless. That's very selfish. You give the game away. You give the game away when you do that, man. And it looks like my spiel is gone and done. And it looks like so is yours. So we're just gonna ban you. Because it's clear you don't have any respect for anyone else. Which means you're not selfless. You're selfish. And how can you be tough and protect the things that you love if you're so damn selfish that you can't even you can't even hold a conversation with anyone around you without telling people to shut up? That's not very selfless. Now I gotta find him. Where the hell did he go? Oh, there he is.
Like, this guy is kind of a cheater. He is, but the girlfriend's okay with it, right? And so obviously what comes along with this, Sykkuno raw dogging these these sexy ass ABGs, and I can't get a text back. ABG, of course, standing for Asian baby girl. And so brother, same. Brother, so true. Oh, yep, exactly. There you go. So anyway, live by the drama, die by the drama. And this is what's so insane. It all started making sense when I learned Sykkuno is Vietnamese. Now, I don't know a lot about, like, Asian race. They argue based off of that because streamers are morons. I'm saying that's like a, you know, I don't know, like a fast turtle. You know, like it's just contradictory, right? Like
that's absolutely what it is. It was a bunch of pick-me's that were trying to get Sykkuno that wanted him out of the relationship so they could move in on him. That's absolutely what it was. 100%. And it all backfired on him. It backfired on him. Should have been a private matter, but they wanted the internet clout, and they got it. And they get all the hate that comes with it now that it backfired, too. What a beautiful end to Sykkuno.
Oh, man, fuck yeah. The thing is that Sykkuno was very good at talking to these girls. He absolutely was. But here's another component that you can't write off, okay? Get ready for it, guys. He was a rich, successful, popular person that was well-liked.
Yep.
So, basically...
Yep. That's exactly what it was.
Freaks today, and I want to start...
Okay. So, apparently... Actually, you know what? I'll just let it play and speak for itself. I'm sure Charlie's got me on this.
Start with the wackiest one. RFK Jr. and a dead raccoon's penis. That is...
Yep. And also, this is the same person, RFK Jr., also brought a bear corpse to Central Park and left it there.
There's a match made in heaven right there. That is peanut butter and jelly. Vultures don't get as excited about roadkill as RFK Jr. does. This guy loves it. And he brags about having like a freezer full of roadkill that he studies and like feeds to his hawk. I had no idea this guy was a cock scientist. I didn't know that. But in his new book, he just openly talks about the time that he pulled over with his family in the car, mind you, his kids in the car, pulled over in order to cut the penis off of a dead raccoon so he could bring it back and analyze it. As if
I don't think you can get any more manly than that, bro. I'm sorry. Like, I know that may sound really gay, but holy fuck. To do that for it's kind of... Okay, let me take a step back because I'm tripping over my words because I'm trying to say 7 things. He's a hunter, right? Like a true hunter. In some cultures, for example, I think it's Ireland, they have a way to make sure that certain sheep don't reproduce. And what they do is they snip the top of the ball sack, like of the sheep, and then they pull it out with their teeth. Like, the idea of seeing a dead carcass that is obviously roadkill, stopping and getting it to feed to your eagle, that is so fucking American, it's not even funny. That is the heart and soul and bread and butter of America right there, boys.
He's some kind of like archaeologist. Like he's fucking Evie from The Mummy going through like the Book of the Dead trying to research it and learn about it as if he's some kind of scholar for dick. Animal dick. It's all documented in his new book, RFK Jr., The Fall and Rise. I don't know when the rise is happening. It hasn't happened yet. He's still in that fall. This dude looks like he's housing every single plague that the world has ever seen in his body right now. Every image and video I see of him, he looks like he's deteriorating further and further and just devolving into a fucking ghoul from Fallout. This is the experience here that he pinned. I was standing in front of my parked car on I-684, cutting the penis out of a road-killed raccoon, thinking about how weird some of my family members have turned out to be. A surreal passage indeed. I like how he's cutting the penis off of a roadkill raccoon in front of his probably horrified children in the car, and he's like, God, my family is so peculiar. They're such odd goofballs. They're so weird. Over there with the fucking hacksaw on the raccoon's cock. If only they could be more like me.
I didn't hear that he had a hacksaw. I heard he bit it off. No cap. I heard he bit the thing off. That's what I heard.
Normal and well-adjusted. There we go. And then he holds it up like a trophy. We're celebrating, family. Quick, get some ice out. I gotta put this on ice. I need to study it when we get home. My kids waited patiently in the car, he noted, as he collected the raccoon's genitals so he could study them later. Finally, a man brave enough to go where science fears. He was willing to do the dirty work of snipping a raccoon's dick so he could take it home and really...
If you guys are wondering, this is not incredibly uncommon, though it's more uncommon nowadays. But that's what a lot of hunters used to do back in the day, like old school hunting, like hardcore old school hunting. Like going and being dropped out in the middle of nowhere and surviving. That's what its fundamentals are based on.
Find out what makes it tick. Like, I'm curious, what is there to study with a raccoon penis? Like, what is there to do with that? What was he doing, just over there, like, playing with it? Stretching it like a penny whistle? Write it down. Interesting. These are the notes that will, no doubt, propel our species into the next scientific age, the final frontier of science. Raccoon genitals. Excellent, yes. I just have to wonder what he was doing with it. Like, Was he trying to like fashion some kind of necklace out of it, like Ringar out of League of Legends, but instead of bone tooth, it's just raccoon penis? Or like, was he trying to make a stew out of it? Maybe he was like, it'll all the way. Like, butter this obsession with leaps in action. Yes, yanks the wiener off of it. According to his daughter, this obsession with dead animals also put a damper on vacations. Apparently, there was an incident where a whale carcass washed ashore, and so RFK made a beeline for the beach and decapitated it with a chainsaw and strapped.
That's a mountain man, bro. That ain't no congressman.
The whale's head to the roof of the family minivan with a bungee cord, intending once again to bring it home to study. Every time we accelerated on the highway, whale juice would pour into the windows of the car, and it was the rankest thing on the planet. Sounds like hell on earth. He's out here torturing his family on this vacation. We all had plastic bags over our heads with mouth holes cut out, and people on the highway were giving us the finger, but that was just normal day-to-day stuff for us. Sounds healthy. And then, of course, there's the infamous one where he dumped a dead bear cub in Central Park after a
there it is. So it was a dead bear cub, okay.
That one's been talked about a lot. I'm pretty sure all of you have already heard of that before, but
You have to keep in mind that this is the same guy that said that he did, I think he did meth off of a toilet seat or something. He did something off of a toilet seat.
And raccoon
like a public
penis,
toilet
I think,
seat.
are new revelations here from the bizarre adventures of RFK Jr. and his fascination with dead animals. Bro thinks he's the villain from Guardians of the Stein. New slant, typical lamestream media hit piece. Yawn.
Did he talk about
that little giggly does there? That laugh. That was some demonic sounding.
I know
shit
Asmund
right there.
talked
That sounds
about
like a man who can't wait to get back.
I just don't know if he did a video on it. Hold on. Let me see.
Why the hell is she bent like this?
I guess he didn't. Yeah. So, apparently, congressman bit off the penis or cut off the penis of a raccoon. So, yeah, that happened. But now we're going to move on from that.
Porn addict men that will not think of women as people and will push unrealistic, harmful stereotypes onto them. No venom shaking ass is not the same, and that doesn't make this game any better, by the way. Shut the
that will not think of women as people and will push unrealistic, harmful stereotypes onto them. What are you on about?
Fuck up, you fat femcel annoying bitch. You are so annoying. I don't want to hear about this anymore. I don't want to hear about how you're being objectified when OnlyFans is probably the most popular fucking new career path for young girls. This is insane. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear it. And again,
you're going to attack how the fuck are you going to attack what's in video games, but you're not going to talk about the mass amounts of porn all over the internet? Like, what the fuck? Hello?
After yesterday, now I am justified. Now everything is okay. We don't have two groups of people that are problems in the world. Incels aren't the problem. Femcells are the problem. It's a bunch of women that hate men because what? Because men like looking at a pretty girl with big boobs? Yeah, sorry, bitch. Welcome to the real world.
Yep.
Too bad. It's just another example of hose mad. Another example. How many are there? Too fucking many. Real, they can't handle the truth. Exactly. It's just another. They are so.
How is that hard to attain? There are women that look like that. What do you mean? What the hell are you on about?
Fucking obnoxious. So
it's not about just her body. It's the fact that, well, yeah, it is her body, but it's also the fact that she's proud of her body, and she should be. She should be proud of her body. It takes a lot of hard work, dedication, and a lot of mental fortitude to maintain that body shape as you age. It fucking sucks, man.
Yes,
I never understood that. See, that shit, like, even with the Sydney Sweeney situation of, like, how dare they use this pretty young woman, da-da-da-da-da, and I'm thinking to myself, you know how hard it is to maintain a body like that? You understand the amount of perplexities and, like, day in and day out effort it takes not to just shovel shit into your mouth? Shit's hard, man. If it was easy, everyone would be that skinny. Like, having to work out, having to maintain a diet, and not straying away from it, period. That takes a lot of hard work and dedication. And knowledge, too. Like, since when did we ever start catering to these fat fucks that just want the entire world to cater to them? Why are we even acknowledging their existence? Like, the hardest thing that they do a day is picking up more food and shoveling it into their fucking face hole. Like, what are we doing?
This girl because guys think she's hot. That's right, because they're the audience, and there's a lot of guys that play video games that want to look at hot chicks. They don't want to look at a fat chick. They don't want to look at an ugly girl. They want to look at a hot girl. And that's the way it is. So the big problem that these people have is that they think that everything needs to be catered around them.
Asians stay skinny. Asians stay skinny because they don't have a government pushing a whole bunch of harmful chemicals into their diet. Asians stay skinny because most of the food that they eat is vegetables and water. That's why they stay skinny. It doesn't have anything to do with your genetics. Now, there are some people that have, like, an organ problem, sure. But it's not genetics. This has all been fabricated by people that just don't want to go out there and do what it takes to lose the weight. That's where this comes from. It has nothing to do with genetics. Genetics doesn't just magically make you fat. I'm sorry, that's not how it works. You may have a slow metabolism, you may have a fast metabolism, sure. But you know what makes you fat is whenever you, I mean, I can speak from an example. I'm fat. I'm overweight, but I'm not morbidly obese. But, like, just having that mental fortitude to not continue to eat food. Like, at the end of the day, if you're full, stop eating. Stop eating. But it's comfort. That's what it is. It's a mentality. Think about, for example, what do Americans do to celebrate? They go and eat out. Your child wins a ball game. Yo, we're going to go to the Golden Corral. We go and eat out. Well, how do you raise your child? Finish everything on that goddamn plate. You finish that fucking plate. Well, if you fool, you fool. Like, you get the problem now? And now we got all this garbage, all these chemicals and shit, all these, like, products that are like if you get a Burger King burger and you let that bitch sit out for a year, it's gonna look the exact same to when you got it. It's gonna look the exact fucking same. Just imagine you trying to eat that shit and your body trying to fucking turn that shit into shit. I mean, like, think about it. It's gonna have a hard time doing that. Like,
well, it doesn't. It needs to be catered around us because we're the main audience, we're the main players, and these stupid fat feminists that are sitting on Twitter talking about
just like Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. You pour that shit on oil, it eats the oil. What the fuck do you think what that does to your insides? It ain't nothing good, I tell you that much. Caffeine. You have too much caffeine, gives you a seizure. Sugar. What is sugar the main cause of? Sugar is in everything now. Why is sugar in everything? Well, sugar's in everything because it's addicting. Why is it so addicting? I mean, I don't know that, but I was going to say, why is it in everything? It's because the government's putting it in everything. Not necessarily the government, but these corporations that want you to keep buying food, it put it in everything. You can make bread without sugar. You can make cheese without, you can make products without sugar. Sugar substitutes, I hate to break it to you, are still just as bad. They are. They're just as bad for you. Sugar is the most toxic drug for the human body, and it is the most addictive too. You get heart disease, high cholesterol, diabetes, massive weight gain. Sugar. It's all sugar. Why the fuck is there sugar in salty noodles? Why do you need sugar in the noodles? Hello? Like, it's in everything.
Well, this is objectification. Yeah, you're goddamn right, it's objectification. She's got massive tits. It's great. And that's the way it is. So if you've got a problem with that, and you're upset about it, then too bad. Make your own game. Oh, you already have your own game. You've got Pokemon. You've got, fucking Animal Crossing. And let me tell you guys, just while we're on the topic,
think about it for a second. Why do you drink soda? Why don't you drink a carbonated water or just water? Because it's sweet. That's why. It's filled with sugar. That's the only reason why you drink soda. That's the only fucking reason you drink soda. Right there, it's sweet. You don't ever see somebody go from a diet soda to a regular soda. It's always vice versa. You go from a sweet soda to an unsugar, uncaffeinated one. That's how it is.
If you want a girlfriend,
it may sound crazy. It sounds crazy, but the more you think about it, you know what I'm saying?
Get a girlfriend that likes Pokemon. This is a girl that is completely acceptable effort for money. So if and the abuse possible, there is nobody. Sean, you seen these? And again, this is just the way it is. No, incels are no longer a problem. Femcells are the real problem. They are the real problem. This is a femcell. She's mad probably because she doesn't look like that. And that's fine. Skin in an Eastern superhero game versus skin in a Western.
Yeah, you're right. You never see a thin person drinking a diet soda. You don't. You know what you see them drinking? Water. A lot of water. Constantly. All the fucking time.
Superhero game? Yeah. I wonder which one people are going to buy more of, right? Like, this is a big mystery that nobody knows how to solve, but they're trying to figure out which one of these skins is going to be more popular. Nobody has the answer for it. Nobody can figure it out. But, yeah, the right one.
I went to college, dude. I went to college. Oh, shit, hold on. I went to college to be an EMT guy. I literally was trained to give people advice. I have to treat people with high blood pressure, heart problems, high cholesterol. I have to treat them, bro. Like, what are you on about? If you've only been in here for 3 minutes, then why are you here? If you don't like what I'm saying, then just leave.
Clearly, yeah. I heard dozens of people bought this skin. And I don't talk about games I don't play. Yeah, well, I mean, it's easy to look at. I do play Marvel Rivals, to be fair. I played Marvel Rivals a lot. Like, how many hours did I put into Marvel Rivals? Let me see. Fuck. I'm actually kind of curious myself. Where is it here? Marvel Rivals. There it is. 93 hours. That's a lot of time I played the game. So I do like it. I think it's a great
exactly.
game.
Like, if you want to stay fit, you have to get away from that food. The trick, and I'm gonna give you this advice because it works. The trick to losing weight is to not buy it. Not only will you save money, but it won't be in the house for you to eat. That's what you got to do. You want to lose weight? Stop buying it. Put that money into savings. And it won't be in the house for you to eat. It's gonna have a rough patch. You're gonna like, sugar is so addicting that you go through withdrawals. You'll have them cravings. You'll want it so bad. But once you get over that hill, dude, let me tell you something. You're gonna be feeling good. You're gonna be feeling real good. Your body is designed for, like, caffeine, for example. If you intake caffeine, you're going to need more and more caffeine in order to get the same effect. Which means, what are you going to be doing? You're going to be drinking more and more coffee. Well, what does caffeine do to you? Caffeine changes the pH of your brain. What happens if you have too much caffeine? Get a seizure. Get a seizure. Well, okay, well, I'll switch to soda. What does soda have in it? A lot of sugar. What does the sugar do? You see, it's a vicious cycle. Oh, well, I'll just eat a little piece of cupcake. Don't do that. You know what that's called? It's called falling off the bandwagon. I'll have a little bit of I'll have a little cupcake. You know, it's been a couple days. I'll have a little. No. You at a party or something? Oh, you're fine. You're skinny. You should eat some No. Don't let those people trick you into doing that. No. The hardest part is getting off of it. But once you're off it, it's mental willpower to stay off it. Don't fall off that wagon.
But yeah, neither scan. I think this is a pretty good one. But yeah, anyway, what the fuck is that thing? That thing? What are you talking about? You mean that's diversity? That is the future. That is the modern audience, okay? This is for fat losers. This is for cool people that are, like, that have all the right opinions, okay? And Marvel Gooners, yes, I guess so. And it works really well. And it just keeps working. It's going to keep working over and over and over. How to properly treat a Karen.
He's just driving. He doesn't care.
She's just on the window.
Oh, what's the matter? You scared now?
Look at her
What,
face.
you scared now? Well, that's what happens when you jump on somebody's hood. When someone's not going to deal with your game and they drive off. That's what's going to happen to you, retard. That's what happens to you. You want to play a stupid game and your dumb ass gets run the fuck over? That's on you. Bro doesn't care. Look at her face.
Look at her face. Now she's scared.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
You
gonna get up?
Bye. Yo, W driver. W driver. Holy shit, W driver. You gonna get off? You gonna get off? Fuck you! Okay.
Problem solved.
That's right.
Look at that, and look at her face. See, watch the facial expression change.
This is gonna become more and more common. Whenever these idiots are gonna start jumping on people's hoods and then standing in front of their cars, you're gonna see a lot more of these people getting run over or something like this happening to them. You're gonna start seeing it a lot more. People are tired of these idiots. They're tired of these fucking twats, man. Get out of here.
You gonna get off now? You gonna get off?
See,
that's what you fucking get.
It's actually so easy how to deal with these people. It really is.
That's right. It's just keep driving. Just keep driving. What do? We drive, drive, drive.
So easy how to deal with them. Save me? Yep, exactly. Bluff called? Exactly. This is the way I think you should treat these people.
Absolutely.
Any of these people standing in the road, you should just do this. Like, I feel like they should, next time they have like one of these protests or something like that, where these people are like intentionally blocking the road, anybody.
Bro, I haven't seen nothing about protests. Ever since they found out about that Chinese billionaire tech company that was sending money to America with all those fucking communist flags and shit down at the No Kings protest, bro, I haven't seen a single fucking protest. I haven't seen a single one. You know what I also haven't seen a lot of? Idiots in the comments. A lot of the people that were getting into the comments and misspelling a bunch of stuff, I haven't seen a hide nor hair of them ever since they took the straight and then JD went down there. I haven't seen a single one of them. Whatever they did, whatever the American government did to turn it off, I think they did it. Seriously.
Runs them over, presidential pardon. Get them out. That's just fine. Do that a couple of times, nobody's going to be in the fucking road. I'll tell you that. That'd be a fact. What do you mean, these people? I mean the people in the road. Run them over. And drivers in jail, they shouldn't be. Should get her out. And this is it. We already saw this before. How weirdos versus normal people think. I kind of want to check out Pragmata, but I genuinely loathe the design of that child character. It's utterly repugnant.
Then don't play it. Hold on. Let's make one thing very clear with this. Your fat Karen ass was never going to sit down in a chair and play this game. First and foremost, just like those idiots that were like, well, I didn't vote for this. You didn't vote for Trump. That's why you didn't vote for this. You're being intellectually dishonest when you say you didn't vote for this. You and me both know you voted for a Democrat. Trump said what he was going to do. It's the same fucking thing applied to a different scenario. You were never going to sit your fat ass in a chair and play this game. You know who is? This guy. I've already got it downloaded.
What? What? They won me over. The white baby makes me feel like it's parental. Shinzo Abe's trick. Fuck. So, yeah. Now, and this is the problem, right? Is that you have people that do this because she's white. So there's another relationship that's not pedophilia between...
It's called a single dad. It's called being a single dad. I've fought fires with single dads before. I have. And you know who they talk about in their life most? Their daughter. I'd give my life for that person. Still to this day. I would. You know why? Because he has a family to go back home to. How can you possibly take something so fucking innocent in your dirty little pea brain and twist it into something so vile and disgusting? The people that should be being looked at are the schizos making these posts. That's who should be getting looked at, not the developers.
And a grown man and a young girl. Okay? It's called being her dad. I know. It's called being in a normal, functional relationship and having this girl as your... I know this is a big word. You might not recognize this. It's called your daughter. Right? So it's called parenthood, right? So the entire concept of this is that, and this is how brain rotted Westerners are. This is how pathetic, and it is, by the way, it is overwhelmingly a bunch of gender confused, mentally ill, terminally online Westerners that have to constantly virtue signal on social media.
You know why? Because they lost their jobs now that the government isn't subsidizing their jobs. That's why. Oh, they ran the company into the ground, and it's no longer a company. That's why. So now they're trying to run the internet into the ground, and places like Twitter, where most things are completely unfucking filtered, they're not able to survive and thrive. So now they're trying to shut down streamers on YouTube and Twitch and other platforms because they know that as long as they exist, they'll never be able to voice their opinion in a place of free ideas. That's why they are losing at a massive scale, so they got to try and censor everybody to fit their fucking ideology into a place of free ideas.
The idea that no, whenever there's a young girl in the story, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a pedo thing. What about this girl is sexualized at all? You can't even make out the way she even, it just looks like a kid. Like it's sick, like or social workers or a teacher, like the automatic fixation and the weird perversion to automatically reframe any interaction between an adult and a child as pedophilia is this weird Western virtue signal, hang up. It's so sick. And what I think is the worst thing about it is that we have gone from a society that conceptualizes this from the perspective of fatherhood, parenthood, or, raising a child.
I want to bring this up because this popped in my head. This was a little nugget of gold given to me by the great above. So let's say you have one of these weird people, not necessarily weird, but you have one of these people that are, they can't identify what gender they are, and they have a child. What would you allow that child to call you? Mommy or daddy would be linked back to a gender. So I want to find one of these people and ask them that question and see if their brain melts. I was given that beautiful golden nugget last night while I was laying awake. And I was like, holy shit, I think I just broke the world. I think I just broke the world. What would you allow a child that you own, that you gave birth to or whatever, that you adopted, what would you allow them to call you? And then you would break their entire argument.
To a weird sexual projection fantasy. What the fuck's wrong with them? What the hell is wrong
Call
with
them by their name? Hold on. Do you really think a child should be raised in that environment where you can't call your parent mother or father? Like it's expressly not allowed? Do you think any child should be exposed to that garbage? I don't think so. Why can't we go back to, married couples, male and female, and even if it's there has to be some kind of either IQ test or some kind of normality test that we can put these people through to make sure that it's okay for them to even get these kids. It's crazy to me to think that this is even something we have to talk about this day and age. It's so fucking stupid and brain dead. It's so brain dead, bro.
She looks like a pedophile's idea for a child. I loathe the design. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I wish I could have her wear shoes. I don't want her wearing fucking bare feet. That's just weird. I remember I thought the same thing about Clara and Honkai Star Rail. I said, bitch, put on some fucking shoes. It's disgusting. And so that's my opinion. I think it's nasty, bro. But it's an android, yeah, but it's a robot. It's a fucking robot. They're projecting. It's so weird, man. It's honestly literal, fucking, I don't want to say these people are pedos, right? I don't think they are. But the fact that you see an adult, an adult man and a young girl together, and the first thing that you think of is pedophilia and not fatherhood.
That says a lot right there. Who should really be getting scrutinized here? Because if that's the first thing you turn to, I don't think the internet has a problem. I think you have a problem.
You need to get help.
You doing some projecting there? What's the deal?
You do. There's something wrong with you. there's something fundamentally, foundationally wrong with you.
Exactly.
That's sick. Absolutely sick. A hungry man thinks of bread. Look, I'm not saying that. I think that's a little bit too much to say, right? I'm a very reasonable guy. We all know this. It's because their brain's fucked by Reddit and Blue Sky? I guess so. As a father of a girl, this disturbs me more than you know. Well, keep these people away from your kids, man. And, yeah, give me the money now. Oh, God. 500K? Who's this?
What's the lowest amount of money a man should spend on a wedding ring for you guys?
500 grand, okay? We need a mother rock on this finger.
Right.
A rock, you hear that? I don't care if you're broke as take your mama's life savings, take your life savings, take your grandma's life savings, and get me a rock.
There is no price limit. Whatever the I pick out, you're buying.
Here. Yeah. What's the wedding ring? What's your price?
For you?
No. For me, yeah.
For you?
There's a nice wedding rings down at Walmart. So you ain't even got to talk to the person behind the jewelry counter. They got them on these little swivel things that are down by they're like in the actual clothing department. So you go there and they're on the racks there. You can just pull one of them rings off, man. You just give that to her. Tell her that you spent like 500 grand on it. She'll probably believe you. Yes, she most likely will believe you. That's what you do. Yeah, you can even like ball out on her too. You can get one off of Amazon. Get you one of them nice big ass rocks that look real. It'll probably cost you like $50. I mean,
total, like, looking for an ego, like, please say like $2,000.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Like $1,000.
1,000!
I'd say 2,000. I mean, she's pretty cute. I mean,
No, she ain't. That's a nasty little individual. You know why? Her mentality. Her mentality's disgusting. That mentality tells me that no matter what you do in your life for her, it will never be enough. It will never, ever, ever be enough. This is the kind of person that will cheat on you and tell you that it's your fault. This is the kind of people that Sykkuno was banging. These are the people that you run a play game on.
I'd say $2,000, but on sale, right? It'd be on sale. So maybe you get, I'd say zero. No, I'm gonna be real. Like, these are just, listen, it's just a few drunk chicks that are out downtown being obnoxious. Like, I don't think this is a big deal. I really don't.
Well, let me tell you something. You find a girl in your life that's willing to be there for the ups and the downs, you can get her a fucking ring pop, and that's going to be the best damn thing you ever gave her. That's how you know you got a good one. What you do is you drop a couple grand on a good ring, and then you take that ring out of that box, and you put a ring pop in that bitch. And you get down on one knee and you propose to her in front of her family. And if she is still so happy she's crying, you pull that $2,000 ring out and you show it to her and you give it to her. That's how you know you got a good one. If the one you with, all they thinking about is money, but they not out there putting in the hard work and dedication themselves to get any of that money, it's time for you to leave. That's what it is. You are never going to satisfy that person. No one will. Doesn't matter how much money you have. It will always be something.
There are guys that talk like this. There are girls that talk like this. They're just having fun and being silly. I don't think it's a big deal, right? I mean, like, you can't, like, interview some drunk girl downtown and be like, oh my God, this is why every woman is bad. Like, there's like 50 other clips I can do that with, but this is just really not that big of a one. So yeah, that's what I think. Anyway, there's having fun. Yeah, there's having fun. If Asbon reacts to this, I'm pretty sure he'll be, oh yeah.
I'm ready for the fucking, the great cleansing, dude.
Cleansing?
The cleansing. Yeah.
What cleansing?
When we genocide conservatives in this country.
Are you gonna be out in the streets with your Glock?
Maybe. I gotta go back to Nebraska and grab it.
What about Democratic mayor?
You don't understand the complexity of the ring pop in the ring case, you probably own the wrong channel. I'm not gonna lie, because there's gonna be a lot of complex scenarios that you're not gonna understand. There is the complexity of that. If you're having trouble with that, you probably aren't old enough to understand it.
It's like, what the f are you talking about, dude? We're f***ing talking about socialized medicine, and you f***ing turn around.
Isn't it crazy that he went from getting mad all the time? Like, basically, he used to get
If you don't like the channel, then why don't you just not comment in the channel? And you can just not comment in the channel. You do realize that there are a lot of women that watch me too, right? I'm not like a average Asmongold viewer channel. There's actually quite a bit of ladies in this comments. A lot of old dogs in there too. So, like, maybe I'm saying something that you just don't really comprehend. Well, we know you were at least 14. I mean, you were at least 14.
Angry all the time on his stream, and now he just gets, like, there's, like, a subdued, right under the surface rage.
Oh, dude, I know, right? Probably over there reading Morning Glory Milk and Form. That's right, man.
It's, like, always, it's always there now. It is.
And you
like a beaten dog.
Ask a question about murderous cities and their Democratic mayors. I will I want to fucking kill
this
him,
a replay?
Dude. Yeah.
In a video game.
I meant it's just not in a video game setting. I want to own him.
But here's what you have to understand. The way that Japanese copyright law is written, copyright's at risk. It's stupid, it's reductive, it's unfair, it's wrong, but what I'm saying is that this is not necessarily Capcom. This is indicative, have a very, very different perspective. And I don't think it's really that rhythm as a sense of humor. Every gender identity explained in 14 minutes. Give me a minute. I'm gonna pull this up. I usually by younger men. What a shift in the dating preferences of younger men reveals about our changing norms.
You know, it's crazy because we watched a video yesterday of younger women hating 2/3 of the men that were younger. And now older women are in demand by younger men. It's obvious why that is. It's because they've matured and they don't have this. See, when look, I'm not trying to throw shade or shame on any of y'all ladies. When y'all get older, it sags, okay? So y'all have had to evolve to keep your man. It's normal. Hey, men have to do the same thing. That's okay. Trust me, if you still had a Neanderthal that you were dating, you probably wouldn't be dating him for very long. I promise you. So, like, a lot of these women, they know how to cook and clean or do things that, you know, these younger women just can't do. Because they've had that time to mature and evolve and have that mentality to kind of direct men in a way that younger women just straight up can't do it. And ain't nothing wrong with that. And that's why this is going the way it is.
And I know this might be a big surprise to nobody, but the article was written by an older woman. I know. So, this is just literally more femcel bait. It's more femcel bait. It's more like you are not. Listen, you're not going to psyop a bunch of 21-year-old chads to date you whenever you're 34. Okay? It doesn't matter how many are. They can't read. Don't you understand? They can't even read your article for the psyop to even work. They don't even know what you're saying. What are you thinking? And so anyway, not true. Yeah, this is crazy. Rise of the Cougars. Here's the problem with the whole idea of Rise of the Cougars, is it's written by Cougars. It's the same as the body positivity movement. How many movements and how many psyops are women going to make so they can...
I actually think he's wrong about this. I do. I genuinely think that he's wrong about this. I do. 100%.
Rationally come to the conclusion that, well, maybe
not a whole lot of women are willing to date down in age. You have to realize that not a lot of women are willing to date down in age. Not like that. That's actually a very small percentage of women that are even willing to do that.
Men aren't just attracted to young, attractive women. That's it. It's older, hot women? Yeah, exactly. And so this is it. And it is so, it's opinion. Yeah, your opinion is wrong.
Though, I haven't read the article, so I don't even know what the hell it says.
Your opinion is wrong.
I think it depends on what the article actually reads.
True. It's never been true. It's never going to be true. You know
and by the way, it's also not a lot of younger men that are going to be willing to date older either, so... That definitely is a two-way street.
Because of biology. That's the reason why. It's truly a good point. Yeah, they write these articles. They try to, again, they're manifesting. Oh, I'm manifesting. Like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out. What are you talking about? It's so embarrassing, hag-maxing. Again, this is, when a guy says he's hag-maxing, this is like a 21-year-old guy dating a 24-year-old girl or a 27-year-old girl. Okay? Like, we're not talking about anything over like I'd say like 30 or 35. A lot of these guys are not going to be attracted to on the same level. And how do I know that? Every single fucking study, statistic, piece of information,
there's just too much of an age gap there. There's nothing in common. There's nothing in common. Like, the woman is way too, like, she's been more accustomed to the real world than the guy is, so he hasn't really had to live yet. So, there's just too much of an age gap, that's why.
Data, piece of observable information, every single piece of popular media, every single thing tells me the exact same thing. That's it. That's the way it is.
Okay.
Someone up in your...
So, apparently, and this kind of goes along with the Sneeko thing that happened a couple days ago. I'm not a big fan of Sneeko. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit with you. I'm not a big fan of Sneeko at all. I don't like what he stands for when it comes to the Ayatollah. But that doesn't mean that if you're in America, you can just justify punching somebody in the face or threatening somebody. I feel like if you can justify punching somebody in the face, then what's going to stop someone from justifying themselves doing it to you? So, like, let me use this Robin Hood as an example. If Robin Hood steals from the rich and gives to the poor, then what's going to stop somebody from robbing Robin Hood? Because he's technically rich, is he not? Well, then you're going to have the sub-tier of Robin Hood, and then you're going to have somebody that's going to be stealing from Robin Hood, and you're going to have somebody trying, like, it's a nasty circle. You can justify anything, but there are laws in place for a reason. And that's why I kind of don't like that whole, like, well, he shouldn't have been looking at his phone and walking on the sidewalk. Well, I mean, like, I feel like in America, if you want to do that and you're not disrupting the flow of traffic and you're not, eating shit every 5 seconds, you shouldn't have to be concerned with somebody trying to punch you in the face because you're a streamer. He also got maced, too. And one of his teeth, it was a filling on his front tooth. It got chipped whenever he got thrown to the ground. So it's like, if you try to justify, it's just a bad thing to try and justify. Because if they do it to Sneeko, who's to say they don't do it to Asmongold or Tectone or me? it's not a good cycle to kick up.
Face close and personal. So he sits there and he holds the knife like this. When I'm touching his hand, he kind of pulled it out a little bit like that.
He was being held at knife point by a UK man who was recording his face, pressing him, which is why he didn't want to make a scene. What the fuck?
For context, Marlon is a big US streamer. While he was visiting the UK, he and his girlfriend were attacked by some thugs.
Of course I'm not gonna do that because, bro, one stab and I'm done for. If I done anything and he does that, and they just run off, who's gonna stop him? What, the people that works in the kebab shop? That's who's gonna stop him? Of course not.
The UK is so embarrassed. This is the one I saw earlier. Look at this. Uh-huh. Right. Who could have expected this?
What a fucking animal, dude. What a fucking piece of shit.
Yo, chill out, bro. Chill out.
So he's got a knife while he's trying to hold this, like, dude.
He got a knife, man. You see, that's cute. That's adorable. I think that's adorable. Don't y'all think that's adorable? Man, oh man. That's another thing I don't think I'm going to do. I don't think I'm going anywhere I can't carry. That's for damn sure.
What are you doing?
You got a knife? Oh man, look at that. That's a 1911 that shoots 45s. It's got hollow points chambered up. You sure you want to do that, Hoss?
Don't tell me chill, brother. Don't tell me chill, bro. Hey. Marlon, what you doing, fam?
That's crazy.
Chill. Relax.
That's crazy.
What a fucking animal. Like, seriously, what a fucking animal.
Crazy.
Chill. Relax.
That's crazy. Look at the glass reflection. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously another violent migrant that should never have been in the UK to begin with, that's over there causing trouble for them and harassing tourists. But yes, went out to get food in a chicken shop here in London just now, almost turned into a 4v1 again. A bunch of fucking weirdos here. One of the worst.
Oh, so it was like 4 of them too.
Experiences I've had with someone. Weird place. That sucks. Here's another component to this that I want you guys to realize. See what he's doing to the girl. You can't coexist with people like this. The only way that you can deal with people like this is by putting them into prison. Like, in my opinion, what the UK needs to do is they need to go through and deport.
Yeah, I can. Sorry about that.
As many of these people as possible. If you can't do that, just put them into prison. Like, this is such a huge problem. I don't think enough people are realizing it. Eventually, enough men in the UK will be tired of this, and there will be a change. The problem that I have is that I think that whenever there is a change for this, if this problem is not addressed in a democratic way, it will either be addressed as a page in a history book or a
chapter, yeah. If this doesn't get it, like, this is the reason why there are so many people that are kind of opening their eyes to this as well, is that this could spark another civil revolution in a lot of countries. And I don't think they're ready for that.
Chapter. I think it should be a page. It would be so much better if you just listened to the reasonable people who are bringing up legitimate concerns about this stuff, and you just applied what they were saying. That's it.
Exactly.
What is this? This going viral? What is this?
What are you smashing the wall down for? What are you smashing the wall up for? Why are you smashing the wall down? It's not your fucking wall. It's not your fucking wall. I've just watched you chucking bricks trying to smash the wall down. I don't care, it's not your wall. There's a path up there off the main road.
So he's breaking the wall down because he wants to go past the wall. Why doesn't he just climb over it?
The path on over there. This is not your property, dude. You can't just go around smashing shit up because you want to go through it. Shout at you? I don't care, dude. It's not your wall. I've just watched you and videoed you smashing the wall up. It's not your wall. Then leave it the f alone then. Then leave the wall alone.
That's right.
It's a dry stone wall. It's been up for hundreds of years. Dry stone.
That is crazy. So this dude's just sitting there smashing up that wall because he wants to go through it. And it's been there for hundreds of years. Bro, like, you gotta get these people out. Holy shit.
Stone wall, hundreds of years, cost thousands of pounds per metre to put it right. And you think you can come around here and smash a f***ing hole in it because you want to get through? Walk down there, there's a f***ing gap in the wall down there.
Can't you
all over the world, boys. All over the world.
Climb over it?
Walk through that one. Walk down that wall and you'll find one that's already opened up down there. There is no need for you to be smashing the f***ing property up.
What are you recording me for, though?
To put you on Facebook.
Why are you putting me on Facebook?
There he is. Oh my God.
Don't you think that it's interesting that, oh, well, anybody could have done that, but why is it always a similar scenario? Why does this keep happening? It's interesting, isn't it? Oh, well, the white people and it's like, but yeah, but that wasn't a white person. That was clearly an immigrant. Like, an immigrant that has no respect for your culture, sitting there smashing up a wall that's 200 years old. And I wouldn't even want that dude to repair it. You know why? Because he's just going to sit there, like, he's not going to know how to repair that shit. Just send him back to his own culture.
Scumbag.
He can go smash up his own walls and his own culture. It's probably the whole reason why he's there in the first place.
Punish him? I just deport him. Just deport him,
Yeah,
send him back. It will be the best solution. They're gone. You can't make him rebuild the wall. If you do, he's going to mess it up. He's not going to do it right. It's going to be a huge pain in the ass. Then the only way to deal...
The issue isn't that these immigrants... Well, yes, that is an issue. But they're here, and they do something like this, and they don't get sent back. They get more privileges in a foreign country than we do in our own country. You don't see how that's a problem?
With it is you just send them back.
Yeah, just send them back. You go to a country, like, let's say you go through the trouble of getting into a foreign country. It takes you years to get there. I bet if it took you years to get into that country as opposed to a couple days or even a week, you're probably going to have a lot more respect with that culture because you have been waiting for years to get into that culture. And now that you're there, you damn sure ain't going to be walking around breaking holes in 200-year-old walls. Just imagine if that was the Great Wall of China, bro, over there taking chunks out of the Great Wall of China. You know what would happen to him? He would disappear. They wouldn't have to worry about sending his ass home. He'd disappear. How do we, like, and even just saying we'll send them back seems like you're a damn enemy of the state. Like, just send him back to where he came from. He came here, he fucked up, showed that he couldn't assimilate, clearly because he's over there, busting up a 200-year-old fucking wall. Send him back, and then repair the wall.
From the experiment didn't work. It obviously didn't work. It's time to move on. Imagine ruining the Wall of China. Yeah, exactly. Basically, my opinion is that a person like this cannot exist in Western society. You just deport them or you put them in jail. That's it. That's the solution. Just get rid of them. Prayer.
So this has made me want to watch Pulp Fiction.
Pentagon service admits Iran operation.
Wow.
So the prayer is CSAR 2517, and it reads, and pray with me, please. The path of the downed aviator is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny.
This guy is a freaking badass, by the way. On his social media, he's got, like, badass Crusader tattoos all over him. And he was, like, bench pressing with, like, army people around him. They're all like cheering him on. Dude, this guy's a fucking beast. This man is a beast, bro.
of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of camaraderie and duty shepherd the lost through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to capture and destroy my brother. And you will know my call sign when I lay my vengeance upon thee. And amen.
He knows what he's doing. That was a quote from Pulp Fiction.
What does Marcellus Wallace look like? What ain't no country I ever heard of? English, motherfucker, do you speak it? What? Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. You read the Bible, Rick.
Here we go.
Yes. Oh, there's this passage. Ezekiel 25:17. The path
of the downed aviator is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he.
I want you to see his face when he finishes the quote, by the way. Watch his face. He's smiling because he knows the internet's about to know. He knows. You see his face? He's smiling. Watch his face. He's smiling. Look, he's smiling.
And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger. Those who attempt to capture and destroy my brother.
And you will know my call sign.
My name
is Sandy
the
One.
Lord.
When I lay my vengeance
upon thee.
And amen.
Credit to Quentin Tarantino and not God. There it is for Samuel L. Jackson's monologue in Pulp Fiction. You mean there's no gunshots in the Bible? That's crazy. So I read.
Hey, let me tell you something. That's badass. You know why? Look, even some of the guys in the audience, they know. It's a way to say, I see you. This reference is the reason why we have so many people signing up for the military. It's not just the reference, it's what it stands for. It's the government, the administration saying that they can relate to you. Just like whenever they had that one military guy that did the Helldivers reference, or the fucking speech from Helldivers, and you saw all the military men in the backdrop go absolutely fucking crazy. It's because they're being relatable. They understand. And they know that you're on the same page with them. That's why it's so, like I said, if you can't comprehend that, you're probably in the wrong place. That's what it stands for. If you're new here, please sub to the channel. We're here every single day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Every single day, all 7 days. Check out the channel memberships. We also got them channel memberships with those exclusive emotes. W for everyone that shows up and likes the stream as well. And y'all are all awesome.
Something about it. It was partly a real verse and then an interpretation of it. I think they got it straight from Pulp Fiction. I think they took it directly from Pulp Fiction. And yes, there's a degree of plausible deniability, but I think they got it right from Pulp fucking Fiction, man.
Obviously. And this wasn't even the craziest thing that happened today, not in the slightest.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr. cut the dick off of a raccoon.
Secretary, what did you do with the...
Senator, what did you do with the raccoon nuts?
What did you do with the raccoon's dead penis? Where is it now?
He just laughs. Legal advisors help migrants pose as...
I saw that. Let's see. Whoops. Aspen Gold. Think we're finally all caught up. Hot damn. Okay. Cool. Now we got the Foxer Newser. I should probably put this on Midwest Safety. We might be seeing a Midwest Safety video today, boys. Why does it do that now? Cool. All right. There we go.
A suspect hurled an improvised incendiary device at a Tesla sales office in New Orleans, igniting a massive fire and torching the front of the building. Investigators say they're looking into whether it's part of a bigger pattern now of violence against big corporations across the country. We're also learning more about the man accused of throwing a similar device at OpenAI CEO's home, Sam Altman. A reporter with the Free Press says he's...
This is going to get our rights taken away right here. If, like that guy that went into that warehouse and burnt it to the ground and said, hey, this is because you don't pay us a living wage. What's going to happen is that facility is going to be rebuilt and it's going to be all automated. And what's going to happen is that all the people that did work there are no longer going to have jobs just like now. Whenever you sit here and do this, you're going to add more surveillance to everything. They're going to know what you're doing. They're going to know what everyone's doing everywhere. They're going to be monitoring more emails, more messages. You're going to turn more states and more people. This is going to be a massive, massive fucking problem. Oh, well, Maloney, he took out that one CEO. And you know what happened to that one CEO? He got replaced the next day. And you know what they're still doing at that company? Hiking the rate of insurance and not paying out. This is going to get a lot of our rights taken the fuck away. That's what this is going to do.
Spoke with that man accused of throwing that firebomb. The suspect, in an internet chat, previously suggested he was interested in Luigiing some tech CEOs, which is a reference to Luigi Mangione, the man charged with murdering United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in broad daylight in the middle of Manhattan. He isn't the only one using...
Police states don't exist. You want to go to the store and live in your house. If you own a house, you want to keep that house. The police are the reason why a warlord hasn't broken down your door and taken all your shit and killed you. There's no such thing as a police state. That's not a thing. That's something that a bunch of mentally ill dumbasses came up with to try and get all of your shit taken away. And guess what? It's working. Now businesses are closing. Like in New York, a lot of businesses are closing because they're not allowed to arrest these thieves that are getting all of these like Walgreens and Walmarts closed down because of all the theft. What do you think is going to happen if you allow people to continue stealing from a store and the store loses so much money it can no longer stay open? The people that work there are going to lose their job and the store's going to shut down, and then Granny's going to have to drive 45 minutes to get her insulin. Well, Granny can't afford to drive 45 minutes to get her insulin, so now Granny's dead. The systemic shock this does to a city is irreparable. Police are the reason why you don't have that. Why you don't have to go into a CVS and ask for a fucking person to unlock some perfume.
Luigi's image, however, when causing mass destruction. This is right out of Southern California. That suspect is now facing felony charges, arson charges, for intentionally starting multiple fires at that warehouse. Investigators say he posted videos of himself setting pallets of paper on fire and was motivated by hostility to capitalism and corporations. He also reportedly compared himself to Luigi Mangione.
I already reacted to that one. I already saw that one. That one was a couple days ago. If I'm not mistaken. Maybe it just uploaded, but... Did he just upload something? No, I think that was a couple days ago. Let me see. Videos. That must have been a minute ago now, then. Damn, is time really flying by like that?
And a phone call. Kennedy.
Stay in school, kids. If you want more choices in life and you don't like working for factory wages, then create your own reality. Don't destroy other people.
So, you're a fucking retard. You're a dumb, useless piece of shit. You're a fucking hag that should stay in... So, okay, so you should stay in school and fucking finish college so that way you can flood the market with more masters and more degrees and work at fucking McDonald's, right? That's what you're implying, dipshit? They have people with master's degrees now working at McDonald's. You don't know what you're talking about, then keep your fucking mouth shut. There's nothing worse than looking at a fucking news forecaster or some dumb bimbo sitting on her fucking fat ass in the middle of a fucking talk room that has wealth telling you what you need to do with your life. Shut up, you privileged bitch. Go back to your walled-off fucking house where you belong.
And that's what this idiot is trying to do. Frankly, they are acts of what the vice president called this week economic terrorism. He was talking about Iran's blockade on the Strait of Hormuz, but it's the same thing here because there are political and economic ramifications to what they're doing. They are trying to instill fear in people and change behavior because a radicalized view of capitalism that they share. And it's terrorism, and they should be prosecuted thusly.
That's the only thing that came out of her mouth that even remotely made fucking sense. She's right. It's a form of terrorism. That's what it is. And if you want to go and burn down a Tesla shop or set a shop on fire and record yourself doing it, it's clearly because you don't care about the repercussions that are about to come to you. What you need to do is do capital punishment. That's what needs to happen to these people. When you're going around burning other people's shit to the ground, you need capital punishment. This is not how you solve this fucking problem. We live in America. Rally the fucking parties together and fix this shit. What are you doing? It blows my mind. Well, we all have the Second Amendment. What the hell do you think is going to happen if you keep going around doing this? They going to take that shit away, dumbass? What do you think's going to happen? Do you have any brains at all?
Because, you know, this guy, I don't know if he thought it was a prank or a stunt or just a way to get attention, but he easily could have slaughtered dozens of people.
Doing fantastic today. Hope y'all all doing well, by the way.
I checked. Paper is very flammable. And the dingbats who are going around harming Tesla dealerships, you know, they're also the climate psychos who no longer want cows or skyscrapers. They want everything to be electric, yet the largest electric car manufacturer we have, they're trying to do as much damage as possible.
That's not why. This lady is so fucking stupid. She is so fucking stupid. Why the hell is this lady on here? Who the fuck is this? I know she ain't new. If she is, she needs to go. She has no idea what she's talking about. The Tesla bombings were because of Elon. What the fuck are you on about? It has no... Dude, like, what? Who is this idiot?
Logical and murderous and very, very mentally unwell.
Well, and to further your point about caring about the environment, can you imagine if one of those cars blows up with those huge batteries in them, the EVs?
I mean, can, yeah. Because that's what happened
that's
to
a
the Palisades.
scar. Yeah, exactly. Guy.
I mean, the one guy filming himself setting things on fire and then posting it on the internet, I mean, that's not the brightest bulb, obviously, but Kennedy's absolutely right. This is terrorism. This is either political or politicized violence. That's what this very much seems to be. And I had this sinking feeling in the pit of my stomach.
Man, that is a scary fucking scenario to be in as a firefighter, dude. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. That is a scary situation right there. Because them cars, bro, you can submerge them cars and they will continue to be on fire. Like, you can drop them into a pool and they will still be on fire in the pool. With them batteries they have, bro, like, dude, that's a nightmare call.
Whenever it was, a couple of years ago, when Brian Thompson was murdered here in New York City, and his accused killer was immediately treated in large...
Yeah, they didn't even hook up to the pump because they knew. Yeah, no, like, there ain't really much you gonna be able to do with one of these cars, man. I ain't even, like...
Elements.
I mean, definitely try to put the ones out that haven't gotten to the body yet and try to, like, wetten the area around it. But, like, you're not really going to be able to stop that fire, bro.
Our society, online, etc., as some sort of folk hero. And people were swooning over how handsome he was. And I remember thinking, this is really sick. It's actually very dangerous to glorify someone like that. And also, I worried about the knock-on effect of copycats of people saying, oh, look at all the attention and fans this person has gained by engaging in violence. And I worried we might see more of it. And indeed, sadly, it looks like that's precisely what's happening here.
I mean, it's already happening. I mean, look at all the teen takeovers that are happening all over the country. Like, that's the problem here, is that they're being permitted to do this. Like, you can't tell me that the government doesn't already have mass surveillance on everything. I mean, let's be honest here. They're being permitted to do this. If you have Jeff Bezos putting tape over his computer's camera, over his laptop camera, they don't need your permission to see anything. Like, they're just gonna do it. Why are they being permitted to do this? Do they want rights to be taken away from Americans? I don't understand. Like, at what point does the government decide that they're going to stop this and not allow it to happen and actually punish the shit out of the people that are doing it? Because that's why they're doing it. They think they're going to get a slap on the wrist, and for the most part, they're right. It's just going to be a slap on the wrist. Maybe they'll have to serve like a couple years. Maybe they'll like, I don't know, do a little bit of community service, but they're not really going to be held to the accountability they should.
Wow.
Like, if it was an accident, sure. But it's blatantly malicious. Give them capital punishment. Do it publicly. Like, what are we doing?
That a big ooh. Because, I mean, I hadn't thought of it in that way. That is really frightening.
Mm-hmm.
For clicks, for flex. Crazy.
Someone who needs some meeting in their life, and this is what they go to because they've been conditioned online to see that this thing is applauded, this type of thing.
And there's data points to back up your fear. Exactly. I mean, the research that came out in the wake of Mangione, and we saw him in some segments of society celebrated, there's now data points for that. And you can look at the question that was asked. Political violence is never acceptable. Do you agree with that statement? Baby boomers, 93%. You go, boomers. You got this. Gen X, 86%. Millennials, 71%. Good job, millennials. But Gen Z, 58%. Only 58% of Gen Z agrees that political violence is never acceptable. It's not just an isolated poll. Cato looked at it, too. And what Cato found was this. They found that 40% of Americans aged 18 to 29 believe citizens taking violent action against the rich is sometimes justified. So it doesn't surprise me when I see that Southern California suspect, I believe in the notes that we have here, he's 29 years old. Now, this is not all of Gen Z. Love Gen Z. They are great. But there's definitely a devaluing of human life. And you see it reflected in the polling. And
can you blame them? Hold on. Can you blame them? A devaluing in human life is when you have to work from the moment you get up until the day you die and never be able to afford anything. You know what that is? A waste of a life. I understand why they're doing this. I get it. You're preaching to the choir here, okay? But you are being permitted to do this. That's what you need to understand. I get it. I agree with everything that Luigi did up until he killed the dude, okay? He killed one guy, and you know what happened? That motherfucker was replaced the next day. The chairman had got a new CEO for that company. This isn't going to solve shit. You know what's going to happen now that that guy burned down that warehouse? That warehouse is just going to fire all the workers, and they're going to remake that warehouse, and it's going to be fully automated. That's what's going to happen. You are not helping anybody by doing this. You're not. You're not helping a single fucking person.
You see it reflected, I must say, in the political left. Finally, I would just note network contagion research at Rutgers found a broader assassination culture appears to be emerging within segments of the U.S. public on the extreme left. Not commenting on any of one of these incidences, but it is a broad trend.
Well, we've been talking about it since the death of Charlie Kirk. We've been talking about it since the president was, walked away with his life barely after being shot while he was campaigning.
Both suspects, young men, by the way.
Yes.
Interesting. So, Emily, we've talked about, okay, well, if you can't do a reset on society and how it values life.
Who the hell says that? Who the hell says that? You know what we need to do? You know how you fix this fucking problem? First and foremost, get rid of all the goddamn illegals. Mobilize the entire military and the National Guard and do a shelter in place, or not shelter in place, a total lockdown in every city across the country. And systematically sweep the entire country door to door, house to house, apartment to apartment. Get these illegals and these criminals, lock up the criminals, deport the illegals. Like, it's so bad now, we got immigrants on Skid Row with their whole family saying that Cuba was 1,000 times better. Immigrants, people that came here legally and lived in America for a time, now being overtaken by illegals. That's the first step. The second step, universal basic income, free housing for veterans, which will make more people enlist, and healthcare for all. And you get healthcare for all and universal basic income from these companies that are now doing automation. A robot tax. That's where you get that money. You force them to comply or you shut their fucking company down. And another thing, whenever they're going through every single business and place in America, any company that catered to illegals, that hired illegals, that company needs to be shut down, and they need to be systematically searched. All of their emails and everybody that knew they hired an illegal needs to be charged with trafficking, human trafficking, and they need to go to jail. And they need to make another law that makes it to where people that have been charged and put in jail for that can no longer hold a business license or own a business in America, period. Non-negotiable. And then another thing they need to do, once they're done doing that, because you know that all these jobs that everyone was like, oh, you need to go get a job, you go get a job, you go do this, that shit ain't going to be around in another 50 years. You know what's going to happen? All the AI that's currently being pushed into all these companies are going to take their fucking jobs. They're training their replacements. There are already fully automated fast food Burger Kings and restaurants out there that don't have a single person inside. Artists are being replaced already with AI. It's going to happen. Get used to it. Universal basic income and free housing is going to be what's going to keep this country afloat. You know why? Because ain't nobody going to have fucking money. That's why. And number 3, once you're done with all that bullshit, once you're done with all of that, put term limits on every single senator. Debank them and take all their assets and hold it for 4 years while they run as a senator. And make it to where every fucking senator has to be down on that floor when they get elected, 365 days, no vacation, for 12 hours a day, passing single legislation bills for the entirety of their 4-year term. Non-fucking negotiable. No insider trading. Their housing should be given to them. No contact with anybody other than the camera that is pointed directly at that Senate floor of them passing bills. Every single fucking day for 4 full years. It's a term of service, not a fucking vacation.
A reset on accountability.
This place would be a goddamn paradise.
Sending a message unequivocally, unconditionally that this is unacceptable. And the radicalization online, I think, can't be overstated. These social media platforms, like somehow there has to be disincentivization for the dopamine clicks that these guys are doing this for. It is shocking to me how much of this is done for the theater of social online antics, to your point, that have devalued life. And I think about and am worried by the recklessness of these acts that you are absolutely right about the potential for lives lost in that warehouse. I think about the environmental terrorism of the 80s and such, where these eco-terrorists would put the sort of spikes, thank you, in the trees, that then led to a lot of loss of life. And from their point of view, remember, they said, this was inadvertent. We never meant to actually harm someone. But the whole point is, when you're playing with fire, that's what you do. That's the whole concept behind the felony murder rule, where if a murder happens during if that's sort of a natural evolution of the commission of your felony, yes, it is not unexpected. And that factory was a bunch of toilet paper. So thanks so much for making it super inconvenient for all of California. I feel like
if you don't like it, then don't step up to the plate. If you don't want to be a senator if you don't want to be a senator for 4 years to serve your country for 12 hours a day, then don't step up to the plate. We don't need pussies running this country. We need people that are going to make actual change. And you know how you solve that? By having people that are willing to step up to the plate for 4 years and force that change. That's how you fix it. We don't need people that are going to sit there and bitch and complain every single day. We need people that are going to change not only the lives of the current citizens, but help out the generations that are ahead of them. The kids, and the kids. This isn't for us. This is for them. It won't be no goddamn country if things keep going the way they're going.
Watching children play with these matches and the lives that have been extinguished only to be celebrated. It is necessary that we do a mass culture retrograde, but also, yes, in the justice system. I can't wait to all of this send messages. But look what the message was sent here. Luigi Mangione got the terrorism charge dropped.
Right. Yeah. And that was politics.
Yes. Hey, everyone. I'm Emily Campagna.
Let's see.
First means first. That's the focus of tonight's angle. It's a promise that reshaped American politics.
I will share with you my plan for action for America. Our plan will put America.
Holy fuck, that's 24 minutes. I didn't realize that shit was 24 minutes. Holy shit. Where the hell was that even at? There we go. Oh, if you're new here, sub to the channel. We're here all 7 days of the week, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. After I get off, I go and edit all my videos. So that's why I get off at 11:30. Whenever I'm able to get an editor, I will be doing longer streams. So, but yeah, stick around, sub to the channel, hit like on the stream, check out the channel membership. We're here every single day. By the way, every single day. I was even here on Easter. So don't talk to me about having to bust your ass, bro.
We will be escorting you to your next port of call.
Every day I'm sitting in this chair, putting some work in. Even on the weekends.
The U.S. Navy refusing to let up on their blockade of Iranian ports. And President Trump says his strategy is working.
And I'm not sure it needs to be extended. Just so you know, Iran wants to make a deal. And we're dealing very nicely with them. We've got to have no nuclear weapons. If we do, that's a big factor. And they're willing to do things today that they weren't willing to do 2 months ago.
And it's not the only move towards peace in the Middle East. Israel and Lebanon have now agreed to begin a 10-day ceasefire after mediation by the U.S. State Department. Here now is retired four-star General, Fox News senior strategic analyst, General Jack Keane, also the chairman of the Institute for the Study of War. General, do you think the ceasefire works for Israel?
The ceasefire in Lebanon, is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, well, listen, let's unpack this a little bit. The Lebanese and the Israeli government wanted to talk. The challenge we have here, Lebanon has no control over Hezbollah whatsoever. They tried to kick
Obviously. The only people that have control over Hezbollah are the organizations that are funding them, like the IRGC. But now that the IRGC is losing mass amounts of money because we own the Strait of America now, they don't have a choice but to start folding.
Out the Iranian ambassador a month ago because he was interfering diplomatically inside the politics of Lebanon. And Iran said no defiantly. And guess where that ambassador is? He's still in Lebanon. They have no control here. And what Israel wanted to do and was doing is finish the destruction of Hezbollah as much as they can, much more than what they did back in 24. The ceasefire halts them. Who wanted the ceasefire? Iran wanted the ceasefire, government level.
And I want to point this out. I'm not mad at you. I'm not pulling you up to make fun of you. Oh, hold on. There we go. You're absolutely right. And you know what president put a law in effect that prohibits that from happening? We have a crisis where corporations have been able to buy up single-family homes and raise the prices artificially. That's the worst thing affecting housing throughout the country. You know who passed a bill that prohibits corporations from doing that? Donald J. Trump. He did that. He did. Look it up. He did that. Him.
Lebanon wanted the ceasefire, and based on that, President
We talked about it about a month or two ago. He did it.
Certainly asked the Israelis to go to that ceasefire. The fact is they would have preferred to continue the destruction of it, which would be in Lebanon's interest, in my view, because they cannot disarm Hezbollah. They cannot even begin to control Hezbollah. So our audience to understand, Hezbollah are all Lebanese citizens operating under the orders of another country, Iran, and their residence is inside of Lebanon. And they can fire at will on Israel because they're right there on the border. They fired over 6,000 rockets.
And Lebanon is allowing Israel to retaliate against the Hezbollah soldiers, so a lot of them are getting cooked right now. They all were, I think we covered it yesterday or the day before. Israel was sending soldiers over and clearing out Hezbollah bases in Lebanon.
At Israel in the last couple of weeks. That is staggering. And Israel.
See, look at that, guys. See, that's not AI generated. That's real.
Israel.
Look at that. Boom.
In the last couple of weeks. That is staggering. And Israel, once and for all, wants to clean that up. So now we're at a ceasefire here. And the good news is that as part of that agreement, Israeli ground forces stay in Lebanon, in the southern part of Lebanon, where they were proceeding to destroy the rest of Hezbollah.
Right.
So our audience also understands there was a ceasefire in November of 24. And as a result of the Hezbollah trying to reconstruct themselves despite the ceasefire, Israel has conducted, under the guise of the ceasefire, over 1,000 airstrikes into southern Lebanon during that ceasefire.
I know everybody has their contention with Trump. I get it. I've seen the whole, like, what's it called? The bill that allows you to get no tax on tip and no tax on overtime. It's not pretty, okay? After a certain amount of time, you end up getting taxed for overtime anyway. But it's the fact that he's touching base with it. if he talks about it and he pushes something about it, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to refine it with the next administration as long as we can get somebody in there that's willing to continue doing this. You get what I'm saying? It's not a perfect thing, and it's a temporary fix that he pushed, right? It is. It can be easily dismantled by the next administration. But what if the next administration wants to do more? What if they want to take those houses away from corporations, subsidize them, and put them back into the communities? Like, it's a start. You're talking about it. What makes things more real is when you have an administration that touches base with it, that acknowledges it, that it's a problem. That's a start. It's better than goddamn nothing, because that's all it's been. Nothing. It's not perfect, but it's still something. It's something you can bite onto. You know?
Ceasefire because of what Hezbollah was doing.
Yep.
So this is a ceasefire. We got it in name. We'll see what actually happens as a result of it. Listen, certainly Lebanon talking to Israel is a good thing, but understand the realities of here.
I do.
Lebanon doesn't have much of any control over Hezbollah, and certainly none in terms of influence in Iran.
Talking about control, the blockade's been a stroke of brilliance ever since it went into play 10 a.m. on Monday morning Eastern time. U.S. Navy has stopped about 14 ships from passing Iranian past blockade. They have turned around Chinese ships. They turned around Iranian ships through the Strait. So they've actually trumped the shutdown, the Iranian shutdown of the Strait. How much power and leverage does President Trump have right now?
It's considerable. He has doubled down on the Iranians who took control of the Straits, and as a result of that, they were able to stop the war. But since that time, this is what has happened. And so our audience clearly understands the entire economic viability of Iran being able to go forward and actually this regime exist as a nation state is now in our hands.
I hate to say it, but if we have to go to war with another country after this one, and that's what we have to do. If it's in America's best interest and it's for the betterment of the country, then if that's what we got to do, then that's what we got to do. That's all there is to it. I mean,
control over their destiny for sure. 90% of all of their oil goes right.
It's not like Trump didn't give them 3 weeks prior to this, while he was sending the entire armada over there. Like, he gave them so much time to come to the table and make a deal. And even now, whenever they were supposed to open up the Strait of Hormuz, they didn't. And we ended up having to take that bitch over, and now we control that mug. And now we control their economy. Like, I don't know what the hell these people are doing in they, like the IRGC and the regime, but you can't say we didn't give them ample time.
That's the reality of what has taken place here. They're completely dependent on that economy. That economy will absolutely collapse if this continues, this blockade continues. So I think these are less about negotiations in my mind. I know why we want to use that term, but it's more about putting our terms on the table and you take it or leave it.
Absolutely.
And that is the attitude we should have in dealing with these people. There's no face saving here. We're asking them to surrender everything that we want without signing a surrender document. That's the face saving aspect of this. They give us everything that we want, and we've listed all of those. And we should not extend the ceasefire deadline. That gives us the muscle to get them right now in the next few days to admit that they're going to give us everything that we need to do to put this to an end once and for all. And if they don't do that, then the blockade continues, and we rearm and we
let this sink in. Every ship that they had that could attack America's Navy is gone. It's all gone. It's coral reefs at the bottom of the ocean. Like, do you understand that if the regime or the IRGC had the ability to attack American ships and they haven't done it, doesn't that speak dictionaries worth of information that means that America and Israel have yeeted and deleted all of their ships, all of their planes, all of their missiles, everything that they could do to launch a counterattack on the American ships that are there, that is currently crippling their entire economy. And they haven't done a damn thing. It's because they can't. They're done. They just won't surrender. And they won't surrender because if the IRGC surrenders, then the citizens that are there are going to kill them. The Iranians are going to kill them. And if they don't, America's going to keep bombing them. Either way, they're going to die. That's why they haven't surrendered. They know what's going to happen.
Get back into combat operations. That's what's hanging over their head. They're playing for the fact that the political and economic pressure on the United States is significant, and we want to end this, and our desire to end this now, they want to kick the can down the road in terms of extending the ceasefire so they can get better terms later on. Right. That's who they are. Right. We know that. And even when they agree to terms, Brian, we got to recognize these guys are liars and cheats, and we've got to stay on top of them. So we don't
I'll humor it. I'll humor it. Where is the USS Abraham Lincoln? You do realize that the USS Abraham Lincoln is still there, right? That it hasn't been hit at all? Has the Iranian regime hit the USS Abraham Lincoln at all? It hasn't been hit or damaged at all. Well, and it's still over there. What are you talking about? You are somebody that's believing all those AI videos. Your third world is showing. That's the only thing he said, too. That's the only thing he said. And I need to read a book? Man, oh man, oh man. These people
freeze any assets and give it to them. We don't go through sanction relief. We don't
so cooked, man.
Do any of that until way down the road and they prove to them to us.
Keep watching AI videos. I mean, who knows? Maybe fuck, I don't know, dude. Asmod got banned for calling them goat herders? Like, what the fuck?
That they're actually serious about behavior change.
Got it.
They're not recovering ballistic missiles. They're not supporting proxies anymore. They're giving us all of the nuclear, highly enriched uranium. There is going to be no capability for them to ever establish any...
It's because AI uses information from every platform. It's not a fucking image, dipshit. AI pulls a bunch of information from sites all over the world, and it condenses it and gives you the information based on exactly what's true and false. You know what I love about the American government? Is that Elon Musk didn't have to take down any of the Americans' information for misrepresenting a war, unlike Iran did, showing them blowing up the USS Abraham Lincoln on an AI video 7 different times. The Abraham Lincoln hasn't even been hit. Their weapons are so inferior they can't even hit our ships. That's why they got so many of them doing this propaganda pushing in the comments, even as we speak. It's because they can't win the war, so they're trying to push this narrative even to people that are just genuinely smarter than them. If you don't understand the concept of AI, I don't expect you to understand the concept of an actual war. I mean, I'm not going to fucking baby bird the information to you.
Any degree of enriched uranium in their country, they're not going to have the capability.
Trying to compare an information machine to something that randomly generates an image is just, bro, get help. Just get help. If you're an American, get help, man. Just do it.
Things that we're after here have got to be on the table, and they've got to give it to us. Right. And I think it's less about negotiations. It's more about you agree to our terms.
Yeah, I hear you, General. He's got all the cards, and he should play them all and get everything he wants before he hops on that plane for an 18-hour journey. General Jack Keane.
That's adorable. You're adorable. You think this guy will grow up one day?
Thanks so much.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all.
The 10-day ceasefire is clearing a major obstacle to U.S. peace talks with Iran.
Matt Finn joins us now from Dubai.
Should be no damn peace talks. They need to keep bombing those IRGC members.
Details, Matt.
That's what needs to be happening.
Hey, Lawrence, it is day 5, a full work week of the U.S. blockade out on the Persian Gulf behind me. We have not heard any reports of any major confrontations or incidents. And the latest update from CENTCOM, it says 14 vessels have now heeded the warnings of the United States and complied with the blockade of Iranian ports. Meanwhile, ships not going to or from Iran can pass through the Strait of Hormuz. And here's some audio the U.S. released.
Motor vessel Molly, this is warship 112. We will be escorting you to your next port of call. Thank you for your cooperation. This is warship 112, standing by at channel 16.
Why are you here? Why are you here, man? If you don't like the content and you keep showing up, it just shows us how stupid you are. You're so fucking dumb that all you can do is sit here and throw insults. You don't want to attack the argument. You just want to sit here and attack me. You expect me to just pussy off the internet? Well, now that you've gotten pulled up, what's your rebuttal to any of the information I've been talking about? And if you roach out, I'm going to perma-fucking ban you. It's not even going to be a question. So we're about to see who's really been sheltered here. So now that you're front and center in front of everybody, what are your counter arguments to anything that I've said so far? Since you've been here quite often, had been an advocate speaker, surely you have some information that I haven't seen yet, so you can share to the rest of us what information you have, right? Surely there's not anything here other than a keyboard warrior that has taken fat L's across the board and has nothing to say other than a bunch of insults, right? See, I don't have to do insults. I can just call you front and center and ask you what your counter arguments are to any of the things that I've said this morning. I scroll for a second, see you, and express my mind. I have been here for 30 seconds, and I'm going to keep going. So, well, I mean, that's crazy because you seem to be one of those generational crash outs. I mean, you showed up to 4 streams, and you've been nothing but a nuisance to everybody here. Do you think anybody in this channel or on this platform gives a flying fuck what you think or feel? There's a reason why the United States Army is bombing the shit out of a foreign country. It's specifically because they don't care or give 2 shits and 1 fuck about what you think or feel. And it's a beautiful day. As an American. It is. And you know who else doesn't give 2 shits and 1 fuck? Me or anybody else that is a constant viewer. I'll continue to make money. And you could sit there behind your keyboard because you lost your job, Karen. Or third welder. How about that?
President Trump says the U.S. blockade might end up being more powerful than the bombing, as the blockade is estimated to be costing Iran up to hundreds of millions of dollars in losses per day. The president says, believe it or not, the U.S. is on better terms with Iran right now. He thinks a more permanent deal is coming, and the ceasefire may not need to be extended.
I can tell you, maybe it'll happen before that. I'm not sure it needs to be extended. Just so you know, Iran wants to make a deal, and we're dealing very nicely with them. We've got to have no nuclear weapons. If we do, that's a big factor. And they're willing to do things today that they weren't willing to do 2 months ago.
The president also announced a 10-day ceasefire between Lebanon and Israel. The 2 countries have been at war, at odds for decades. President Trump says he has invited Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and the president of Lebanon to the White House for a meeting as well. And here in the Middle East, we are monitoring the increasing potentiality that there will be peace talks in Pakistan. The president said yesterday on the potentiality that there will be peace talks in Pakistan. The president said yesterday on the White House lawn that if there is a deal made in Pakistan, he may go there himself. Back to you guys in New York.
So, Matt, have they stopped bombing Hezbollah, too? Or is it a truce with the Lebanese, but they're still going to target Hezbollah? Do you know?
My understanding is that it is a complete ceasefire, that there is no bombing happening right now, Brian. I'm not on the ground there. You know, Trey Yinks is doing excellent reporting from there as well.
Yeah, people were on the streets celebrating. I did see that video. We were showing some of that. Thank you so much.
Yeah. They're still in part of Lebanon. So because they took it because that's the area that the Hezbollah had occupied that allowed them to bomb the northern part of Israel.
Separation. I mean, from the very beginning of this conflict, the Lebanese government had been telling Hezbollah to stop, like stop doing this. And so I think what you're seeing now is a coalescing with the administration strategically to put pressure to saying, hey, we're going to work with the American and Israeli government to target the terror cells if they don't stop shooting rockets over.
But I think what's so clear is for the first time to have Lebanon and Lebanese leaders and Israeli leaders talk and then have a ceasefire by saying, just doing that, you're isolating the terror group. Because Hezbollah has representatives run for office in Lebanon, and they'll go into the parliament, and they'll say, oh, they're part of the political process. But they're really representing the terror group, which is fully supported by Iran. So now what Israel's been trying to say is, we have traditionally no problem with the Christians that, for the most part, made up.
Oh, yeah, big surprise. Yeah, no shit.
And the problem was when Hezbollah came in, financed by Iran, and started bombing us. So the problem was never with you, but we never did that until President Trump picked up the phone and said, guys, let's have a ceasefire. Rubio said, let's have a meeting. So things are changing in real time. Keep your fingers crossed.
Yeah, the president talked to the president of Lebanon.
They have until what, next Tuesday? or something like that.
To
Clock's
Netanyahu
ticking.
twice. President also is teasing that he might even go to Pakistan to sign this peace deal in person. And the president says that they have agreed to some of the deals, possibly handing over enriched uranium, which would be the goal here. So, and he's, they keep saying we could do this the easy way or the hard way. We heard Pete Hegseth say that yesterday, Secretary of War. And there are threats that if you don't give us the enriched uranium and you don't open up the strait, we could take or destroy Karg Island.
So one nation that has had our back, both with boots on the ground, as well as intelligence when it comes to the Mossad, is Israel. I don't care what podcast tells you this.
Hey, you know why? Because they've been forced to live next to them for 47 fucking years, and they've been a problem for 47 fucking years. So big surprise, they've already got everything lined up.
Or left that Israel is forcing us to do something. They are our friend in the Middle East, and they have been fighting terror cells for a long time. Well, it looks like Democrats, and this is an editorial from the Wall Street Journal, Democrats are trying to block arms sales to Israel. And here's the quote. Republicans defeated the measure, but 40 of the 47 Democrats voted to advance Mr. Bernie Sanders' resolution blocking the sales of bulldozers, and 36 opposed the sale of 1,000-pound bombs to Israel. Many acknowledge that the bombs could be used in Iran, where Israel has been fighting alongside the United States. Some tried to distinguish between offensive and defensive weapons, with only the latter deemed acceptable. But no defense will be enough if Iran is allowed to amass 10,000 ballistic missiles or nuclear weapons.
When they put up a similar vote about a year ago, there was about 20. Now there's 47, 40 to 47. I'm going to tell you, just so Israel knows this better than us, they know our political system. If Democrats come back into power, Israel's going to be cut off.
Oh, yeah.
They have to start mass manufacturing themselves. And which is crazy is we don't have a better ally on the planet in every way, shape, or form than Israel that is more capable.
Bro, stop kissing their ass. I don't give a shit about Israel. Israel's a means to an end. Trump is a means to an end. They're doing what I want them to do, which is take out a bunch of terrorists that scream death to America. I don't care. I don't care about Israel. I don't want America's future. That's what I care about. I don't care about any of this other shit.
You know, it's great to have relations with the UK and Europe. They're not capable. This is the pound for pound, along with us, the finest fighting force in the world who have our back and are a democracy. Yeah, they have protest.
I'm sure they are.
Governments and flat on their back to give this whole region a chance at peace. The only thing Ron is actually saying that.
He won't, and I would say this.
And that's the reason why people are all up in arms about the whole Israel thing, bro. It's because you can't keep your foot out of your mouth, dumbass. Man, oh man. Hey, while we're talking about ceasefires with a foreign government, let's talk about how great Israel is, guys. I don't know anything about Israel. I don't live in Israel. I would assume that they're pretty pissed off that they have a bunch of terrorist cells around them, constantly killing their citizens and bombing them. I'm sure anyone would be. I can only put myself in their shoes, but going and saying all that, stop ass kissing, bro. Ain't no American cares about that.
All right, let's get a look at the markets, and you can see where things are headed here. Up 659 points at the open for the Dow Jones Industrials, which have been flat really since the beginning of the year. But this news of the Iranian foreign minister announcing that the Strait of Hormuz is open, basically the back has been broken of this standoff with Iran. So we're glad to have with us Guy Benson, Fox News political analyst and host of the Guy Benson Show.
I don't give a fuck what Israel does. In my opinion, if America is forced to leave Iran and we don't come to a deal because of our senators, Israel should just nuke them until they submit like Japan did. Unconditional surrender. That's what I want to see. I want to see the IRGC gone. I want to see the regime out. And I want to see the Iranian people take back their country. That's what the fuck I want. Anything less than that is a total waste of money, time, and I consider nothing but a fucking failure. Anything that isn't that was a waste of money. Period.
On Fox News Radio, and David Asman, Fox Business anchor. Gentlemen, great to have both of you with us. David, let me start with you. Your reaction to what we're hearing and to the open of the market this morning.
Well, the Iranian got kind of topped out because everybody says that's why the markets are doing well. No, the markets did well when gold went below $90. That's when markets began to do well. It wasn't so much that they got a sense of what the Iranians were going to say about this, but it was just they were looking at everything that happened. I mean, we've talked about this, I peeked in right before this hit, and I think that this just shows that Trump won. Trump won, and the Arab nations won. The Arab nations with which we've been united since his first term won as well, because they saw Iran as the main enemy. Iran lost. China lost big time. They were losing money. They didn't want to switch to another supplier because they'd have to pay a lot more. The EU lost because they didn't pitch in to help at all with this. And I think Democrats lost, the one who were just totally over the top, saying there's no way this is going to. The blockade was a brilliant move by Donald Trump. That united the United States with China. It united the United States with the EU that didn't have enough jet fuel, for goodness sakes, because of the block.
In the end, you may prove to be right with everything you said. However, the war is not over. Just a couple caveats here. The blockade stays, which means Iran could continue to be starved of financial money, any sort of economic lifeline. The regime is still in power. We don't know the fate of the nuclear dust or the fate or the future of its nuclear program. What we do know is that the ceasefire in Lebanon between Hezbollah and Israel, that was very important to Iran. So that is in effect as of today for the next 9 days and counting, 10 days total. Guy, where do you think we are?
I agree.
You on David's team?
I agree with David that the blockade has been a huge success for the U.S. military and a brilliant stroke by the Trump administration. I also agree that it appears that the Iranians have blinked here in a very significant way.
I think it was all planned. I think it was planned from day one. I think that America and Trump's generals wanted them to take the Strait of Hormuz. So that way, once it was ratcheted down on and made into a checkpoint, America could take over that checkpoint, defuse the bombs, and decide who gets what. I think it was by design. And during that time that they held the Strait of Hormuz, it showed the world what they were willing to do to win. People that weren't even involved with this war were feeling it at the pump. It's a form of terrorism. It's the, well, you're not going to do this because if you do, I'm going to kill your whole family mentality. It's a terroristic mentality. It's to instill fear even when they have nothing at all. You can't tell me that America could drop a bomb in a bunker that's like underground, surrounded by concrete, specifically where the Ayatollah was, and snatch up Maduro out of his little comfy bed in the middle of the night and not tell me that they didn't plan this. I think it was all by design. What do you think would have happened if they actually kept the Strait of Hormuz? They were already talking about tariffing everybody that wanted to use it. They were already planning to keep that strait long after the war was over.
That being said, to echo one of your previous guests, I take everything with a giant chunk of salt from Iran. They say many things, they lie all the time, so it's a trust but verify situation. And just because this seems to have at least been temporarily resolved in a positive way, and the markets love it, obviously, the underlying issues, the demands from the administration remain the same and so far unfulfilled. If the Iranians are serious about putting this to bed permanently and having any chance of the regime surviving, which I hope it does not, but if they
Do you believe they had nuclear stuff, yes or no? They said they had nuclear stuff. They even said they were going to start making bombs. It's a proven fact. What are you talking about? They said it themselves. I kind of wonder if I can't find it.
It's not, but if they want this.
Oh, for fuck's sake, come on. They even still have the enriched uranium. It is no longer enriching uranium at any of its nuclear sites. Like, they saying this, dude. Like, it's everywhere. They have uranium. They have enriched uranium. Like, how's this even still a talking point? Like, this isn't, like, all these different platforms all have the same fucking thing. I don't even know any of these news outlets. They all have it, dude. What are we even, like, how is this even still a question? How's that even still a talking point? We really, like, dude, you're a few bandwagons behind, bro. Like,
They want this to go
so
away
weird.
and maybe come into the normal world, so to speak. They need to completely abandon their nuclear programs, totally. They need to give up what Trump calls the nuclear dust. They have to forswear terrorism. So
anything that's above 6% is weapon grade. It makes dirty bombs. You only need 6% for a nuclear reactor. Anything above 6% is a dirty bomb. What are you talking about? They had that bitch up at like 50, 60, 90. You don't need 90% enriched uranium.
so on and so forth. The demands
Even
that the
that
Vice
is like
President brought to those
that's like a day one talking point.
negotiations in Islamabad were exactly correct, and they don't disappear because of this development. I hope that the pressure has now squeezed them so hard that they're willing to get serious. This seems like a cause for cautious optimism, but I'm still waiting and seeing what happens next.
Yeah, I mean, it's great news for the market. It's great news for the opening up of the oil markets, for transit in the area. You saw this very strong statement from Dubai, also basically saying, we won, we took the hits, because this is the first time we've seen some of these Gulf states, sort of.
They don't have it because we blew up their facilities. What do you think they did at Operation Midnight Hammer? Think about how many times we've blown up their scientists, blown up their mountain facilities. Why would you need a nuclear facility in a mountain? We don't have any of our nuclear reactors in a mountain. Why do they have one in a mountain? What could you possibly do with enriched uranium in a fucking mountain? The one that we cracked open and blew up. That's a weak talking point? You cooked? Why could you possibly be enriching uranium in a mountain?
mobilized their own defenses. They were hit. They stood by the United States in this blockade, and I think we do see a very new alliance, or a solidifying of that alliance between the Gulf states and Israel and the United States.
The last thing you said is the most important. Saudi Arabia may use ports in Israel now to move their oil. I mean, how extraordinary is that? Also, the other thing that's very different about this oil shock, the past ones, we were at the mercy of the oil sheikhs. At this time, the whole world is at, I don't want to say at the mercy, but is dependent on what the United States does. Yes. The U.S. has become the key energy supplier and mover for the whole world.
That's right.
The only people who are still suffering are the...
Let's be honest here. We already were. I mean...
the Iranian people.
Yes.
Many
they just solidified it, that's
of
all.
whom are still in prison.
You know why? You know why that is? Who do you think enforces national water, which, by the way, is where the Strait of Hormuz is? That water is national water. Who do you think, what navy do you think enforces national fucking water? It damn sure ain't the British Royal Navy. No. It's America's Navy. That's who. They don't take the Strait of Hormuz because they're scared of America's Navy. And rightfully so. They should be. They should be fucking terrified. We sunk 200 of their fucking ships, sent those bitches to the bottom of the ocean. Didn't take a single bit of damage from a single Navy ship. We, Americans, Navy men, military, we maintain the balance and peace in this fucking world. Not NATO. NATO's a fairy tale at this point. Ain't no fucking union of peace with NATO. NATO's a joke. NATO was made whenever a lot of people didn't want to go to war again. It was a way to pull a whole bunch of people in all at the same time for this protection bullshit. God forbid a race of people decides to scream death to America for 47 years and we finally step in, right? As they're making fucking nukes. Come on, guys. Come on. Oh, but war crimes. Well, who enforces the war crimes? How you gonna get the guy? Come on. What a joke, man.
Are online to be executed in the streets in Tehran, and they want this regime gone. They want all of this to hurt the regime so deeply that they can't survive, Guy.
Which is the hope, which is the goal for the people of Iran. We're praying for them. And it's so important, as you do on your show regularly, Martha, to highlight the barbarity of this regime vis-a-vis the people of Iran. The world screamed about Gaza, often dishonestly, when it came to civilian casualties. A lot of those same people notably silent about the people of Iran, and that's sick.
Okay, so, one more note on this. Economically, as we mentioned here, West Texas crude is down more than 10% just in the last 45 minutes. So the markets are moving.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Let it go above $6 a gallon. I know it sucks right now, but just imagine if the IRGC surrenders and the Iranian people take over that government and we take 50% of every drop of oil that comes out of that country. Bro, you ain't never seen them gas prices. Just imagine 99 cents a gallon. Brother. It's going to make it worth it. Let me tell you what.
There's a chance that it could go below 80 into the 70s today.
Well,
There's a possibility.
We would like that. I think the
over.
break even right now is $60 a barrel is what they're saying. David,
Yeah,
thank
damn,
you.
now gas prices are going down because we own the Strait. Holy shit, look at that. Man.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News.
Well, don't you just love to see it, boys? Okay. So we are going to roll up out of here for the day. I'm going to, you know what? Nah, I don't think I'm gonna do the nature stream today. We'll pick up on that on Monday. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll out. We'll be back here tomorrow though. I'll be streaming, per the normal, like I say every day, 8 a.m. to 11:30. So if y'all please show up, if y'all gonna show, please show up. All the support and love does wonders for the channel. Y'all been going crazy. Gifters, W donators, channel members, W constant viewers and subbers. Please sub to the channel if you haven't yet. Thanks for hitting like on on the stuff and leaving comments. I haven't been getting around to it because I've just been playing a lot of games lately. And yeah, that's why. And I've been just trying to distance myself once I get off stream and finish up my work as much as possible. So that way I can come back with a nice fresh brain the next day, Let me get the music going. Let's see here. Hold on, let me get that music going. Okay. So yep. W all the viewers, W all the new viewers. Y'all are awesome. Even W to the people that don't really have a brain cell commenting, thinking that they're gonna change anything. Believe it or not, you're also helping. Thank you. Stay safe out there. Stay friendly. Stay away from crazy people. You might catch it, and then we might end up pulling you up and making fun of you. Stay. I would say stay in school, but I mean. I try to put a smile on someone's face. You might change their whole day or their whole life. You never know. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good rest of y'all's day. Peace.
Hilarious, you think you're with my time, you're delirious, mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior, inferior, I'll always be a bit superior, get off of me, this ain't no humble brag, I want you to hear words, you can say them back, I want you to feel free from the chains that last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help, I had to do it all myself.